Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Comicsgate Commandos, number 49. Let me bring on my co-hosts for this evening. We have Colonel Carbon Hart. What's up, Carbon?
Hail, General Q.
How you doing, man?
I'm good, thank you. How's it going?
It's going. Let me bring on my other co-hosts here. We have Mr. Self-Destruct. What's up, man?
Wow, someone sounds deflated. Cheers.
Cheers.
Nice blue.
Cheers.
That's a blue that looks good on you.
Thanks. Let me bring on Frederick Gumon. What's up, Frederick?
Hey, how do you do?
How you doing, man? And then let me introduce the chat here. Let's just fucking get right into it, shall we, folks? We have Mr. Self-Destruct right here. Please like and subscribe if you can. I'd appreciate it.
You sound like you just want to get it over with, Patrick.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, it's fucking... I mean, this
Love
is... I hate the internet, and this is why I hate the internet. We have Adam Weber. What's up, Adam Weber?
Hey,
We have Zombie Boy. What's up, man? How you doing? Immortal Rising. What's up, brother? How you doing? We have Hansel Hauser. Welcome, sir. Thank you for being here.
I'm talking about inflation. Talk about deflation. Damn.
We have Abu Khan. Abu Khan, tonight's not going to be halal, so I don't know if you're...
That's nice, Frederick.
Thank you.
We got Katie Did. What's up, Katie Did? I skipped over Johnny here. We have Johnny Scab, ladies and gentlemen. Please like and subscribe and share. We have Liam M. What's up, Liam M? Thanks for being here, man. I appreciate it. Maybe not the best night for you to be here, but hey. We got Wolf and Bear. We got Mighty Magic. All right. So, long story short for the folks at home, because the folks at home probably don't know. Oh, and Art Haida. What's up, man? How you doing? Sorry. So for the folks at home who don't know, Dr. Ben is no longer going to be on this show. I've kicked him off. I mean, for a lack of a better term. Why?
Dishonorably discharged.
Sure.
Publicly executed, I would say.
No. Nothing like that. And I would like to be very, very clear
Firing squad.
that I don't engage in the internet bullshit. So that means that I'm not going to be talking shit about him. I'm not going to be saying, the only things that I would say that are negative about him are things that were the things that bothered me enough to take him off my show. So
Satan.
that's really all that it is. But I have no intention of dragging the guy through the mud. I've got no intention of making a big fucking internet deal out of it. Although that's what some people want. I don't want that. We got a toy fanboy. What's up, a toy fanboy? How you doing? So I guess I should probably just give my spiel and then let you guys pipe up. How's that sound? Okay. Good, I guess.
Well, Patrick, I mean...
Awkward silence.
Patrick, you actually want to get into the details? I mean, obviously it's up to you. I didn't think that you were going to.
I think the people have a right to know, and I also kind of figured that this would be because it's really hard to talk about things over text. I think that you lose a lot of nuance and you lose a lot of you can't see people's eyes when they're talking to you, and that's super important.
Depersonalization,
Correct.
You lose a layer.
So I'll just am I echoing? Let me just get into it here.
Really.
No. In the beginning.
In the beginning, and
there was God, and God was the Word. No, but
in the beginning. Project.
So the beginning was Johnny Scab started the Comicsgate Commandos. He brought me, Dr. Ben, and a few other people on. We were there from the beginning. Johnny decided that he didn't want to do the Commandos anymore, and he said, Ben and Patrick, you can have it. I can't explain from Ben's perspective what happened there, but Ben did not want to do the Commandos after Johnny was done with it. So I took over the show, and that's why it's exclusively my show, because nobody else wanted it. And I was like, all right, well, I'll take it and I'll turn it into a promotional show. And because it was a little more, how would you put it?
Freestyle.
Freestyle, maybe a little bit more drama oriented, you know.
Oh, really?
That's how I felt. And maybe I'm wrong about that. That's really not the most important thing. So Dr. Ben was gone for a while. When that happened, by the way, I said, "Hey, man, you're welcome whenever you want to come on." But he kind of just ghosted for a bit. Carbon has been here since that time. Carbon remembers all that. In fact, I feel a little bit neglectful not mentioning that Carbon was originally one of the first Comicsgate Commandos. So I apologize, Carbon.
OG Commando. That's right.
That's right. Flady, what's up, brother? So that happened. Eventually Ben came back. No explanation of where or why and all that.
Court-martialing. I remember that episode.
We were gonna, but we never did.
I said, grab the car battery.
Right. But I never, you know, and actually I had intended to kind of like grill him and be like, why did you abandon me when I needed you? And I didn't do it. I didn't do that because I don't like doing this. I don't like doing this internet drama bullshit. So then there was a point at which, and all of this, by the way, I've already said to Dr. Ben. So he knows everything that I'm about to say. Okay, so this isn't like I'm going behind his back and telling everybody stuff. I had a really bad feeling about him, and I like a gut feeling. Some people know what that's like, and some people don't know what that's like. All I can say is that since I was the age of 14, I've met people throughout my whole life, and I've been able to like, oh, huh, and it like sticks with my brain. And in every other situation in real life, I just don't talk to that person anymore. I just move on with my life. And I, you know, none of this stuff, it doesn't build up. Because what's happened here is it's kind of like a relationship where you know you're not gonna, like, the relationship's not going anywhere, but you keep it going for months and months and months. And then it blows up and it's this big old thing. Maybe not the best way to be represented.
It's the moment.
So I expressed my concerns to people, and because at this point it was my show and I was running it, and I expressed my concerns about this bad feeling I had to people, and I was kind of just told, you know, ignore it, like, you know, stay the course, just be patient, you know, maybe things turn around. And so I just, you know, kept having him on the show. In regards to the show, there was a lot of like ripping us out of the deep and actually cool conversations that we're having, especially with people and guests that I've invited on the show who've taken time out of their day. Some of these people, real comics professionals, to come on here and talk about their work. And there would be several instances where it would be kind of, we would go to a different subject that Ben wanted to talk about that had literally nothing to do with what we were talking about. That's an annoyance, to be clear with you guys. That's just an annoyance. You heard me do my fake rant, what was it, 3 weeks ago? Which is fake.
Which was real.
It's fake and not fake. I mean, at the same time, I try to take my legitimate grievances and turn them into an enjoyable, entertaining thing for the audience. Because it's about the audience watching the show. I'm sorry, audience, right now, if you're not enjoying this. I really actually do apologize. It sucks because I'm an entertainer and that's what I'm here for, to entertain and promote. So I try to take those things and make them into entertaining bits for people in that sense. But I don't put on a role. I don't put on a face. This is me. This is Patrick. This is how I am. I have never lied about anything except for being chill with Dr. Ben for 10 months. So if I'm to be blamed for anything and guilty of anything, then that's it. And that's 100% true. I'll take that. I'll take that on the chin.
It makes things awkward. The time frame.
Yeah, no, I understand.
And you know that.
Oh, wait, I'm not done yet. I'm not done yet.
You know, in Ballers, Shane had mentioned something like, you know, PTP was having it out for about 10 months.
Patrick said he's not done. Patrick said he's not done yet.
Are we doing that game?
Yeah, no, you didn't hear him. Patrick said he's not done yet.
I asked you guys if I could do my spiel and then you guys could talk and nobody said anything. So I feel like,
well, I'm derailing.
Mr. Self-Destruct, please, can you just bear with me, please?
Oh yeah, yeah. Enough of that shake weight, by the way, please.
Yeah, please take it off the screen. Mr. Self-Destruct. Is this what it's going to be like all night? Like, I just want to have I want to have a civil discussion. You don't
6
seem
minutes to a better body.
You don't seem to want to have a civil discussion. Can we please just? Thank you. I appreciate it.
Real.
Thank you.
Let's get real. We're not here to chill, are we?
Not tonight, unfortunately. Pat Dick. Oh, Katie. Pat Dick.
Yeah, you gotta love the misspellings, right? Freudian slip.
So where was I?
I'm not supposed to talk, right?
Just let me. You can talk all you want after I'm done, man. That's all I'm asking. I don't I don't want to kick anybody off the show. So anyway, I had my issues. There was a point at which around about Father's Day where there was that whole Brian Christgau birthday bullshit thing. On that post that Ethan Van Sciver made, Ben made a post where he was essentially quoting the Bible of Jesus in the desert for 40 days. And he put EVS in the role of Satan, and he put Brian Christgau in the role of, obviously, Christ, which I felt like was very, very, very tone deaf and was perceived. It certainly was perceived by other people as like an attack on EVS. So, all right. So there's that. That's one beef that I had. That actually caused me to leave the internet for a week. Because I was just like, what am I going to do? Like, I don't want to kick the guy off my show. I don't want to have the drama. I don't want to do any of that. So my response was run away, essentially, which is what I did. And then came back and, I asked him what he meant on this show. I asked him what he meant by that. And he never gave a straight answer, which is another one of my problems is that there's never a straight answer from Dr. Ben. More recently, he started talking shit on Frog Tony, and whether or not was intended as a joke, it was not taken that way at all by Frog Tony. But I think the thing that I think sealed the deal for me was, before the conversation I had with him on Sunday, which really sealed the deal for me. The thing that really bothered me the most was that Comicsgate exists because people were going into private group chats and trying to get people canceled in the mainstream and trying to make them persona non grata amongst those people. What happened was Ben posted in, at least to my knowledge, I don't know any because I'm only in these two groups. Oh, here we have. Let me bring Johnny on here. Hello, Johnny. How you doing, man?
Yeah, right, how you doing tonight?
Salutations.
Thank you for being here.
You carry on talking, Pat. I was listening.
Thank you. My biggest issue with the Frog Tony stuff is that he went into private group chats and started blasting Tony in those group chats. I saw that as very little difference between that and what SJWs did to comics professionals in Marvel and DC, because he was actually saying, should Frog Tony be considered Comicsgate? Which, that's let's kick him out of Comicsgate. That's what that is. It's an implied statement of intent. So obviously Frog Tony didn't take that as a joke. Whether or not it was intended as a joke, it was not perceived as a joke. And actually I saw Jay Bama say, not here. That's all he said to that post. He said, not here. Don't do this in this group chat. And then 4 days later, we have Dr. Ben literally comparing Jay Bama to the sexual degenerate Neil Gaiman. There is a wealth of tangential references that are used to pass that off as a joke. Again, a joke. but it's hard to take it as a joke when J Bomba is described in Dr. Ben's own words as Alabama trash who can't read or write. That, to me, was an indicator to me that it wasn't a joke and that he was actually kind of mad that J Bomba said not here. Don't post that shit in here. And actually, this is a good point. Whether you like Frog Tony or not, whether you like the people around you in Comicsgate or not, they're Comicsgate. And the point is to promote one another and to work towards essentially our goal of freedom of speech, which means you're not going to agree with everybody. You're really not. And if you're in a group that's dedicated to freedom of speech, please, I'll ask the chat, please don't call him any names. Please, you can do whatever you want. It's free speech. You can, but like, I would prefer that that's not the tone of tonight. I would prefer that. You can do whatever you want, but I prefer that we not do that. Where was I? So anyway, the point is that you are going to disagree with people in Comicsgate, and if you can't disagree with people in Comicsgate and still like do Comicsgate and promote Comicsgate and be Comicsgate, then it's not the place for you. And I'm not saying that to Dr. Ben per se, but I'm just saying, like, to anybody, you have to allow other people to say what they want and to have different opinions than you. So the last thing I'll say, and this is I'm going to be straight up front with you guys. I have no evidence for this claim. None, zero whatsoever. I had a conversation with Dr. Ben on Sunday, and lots of things were said. And I didn't record it. He might have recorded it. I don't know. I wish I'd recorded it, and I actually kind of hope that he releases that recording because it's enlightening and eye-opening. But for me, the thing that, because I got a lot of backlash for, he's out of the Comicsgate Commandos. But for me, the thing that's solidified in my mind that I made the right choice was that essentially there was a lot of back and forth. But after I kind of made it clear to him that he wasn't allowed back on the show, he said, I have friends in St. Louis, right? Which is where I live. And anybody can be as willfully obtuse as they'd like, but that is an implied threat. And so whether or not that threat makes me feel a certain kind of way, I recognize it for what it is. And I recognize that I can't be around people like that who, if I tell them something they don't like, they're going to say that kind of stuff to me. So I'm done now. I've said my piece. I will respond to any questions. I think it'd be fair to go down the line. Is that cool? Okay. All right.
Let me go next, Patrick.
Okay, go ahead.
I am the Colonel, of course.
Yes.
Yeah, overall, obviously it's unfortunate. I don't necessarily have any qualms against Ben personally. But to keep it brief, I would say, well, first of all, Patrick, obviously it's your show. And at the end of the day, it's your decision. So I'll back your decision. But at the same time, I also agree with you because since it is your show and you want it to be a certain way, it's clear that Ben was no longer the right fit for the show. That's how I'll put it. Very kind of professional way. And to me, that's the bottom line. So I don't think there necessarily needs to be any bad blood from either side. It's unfortunate to hear that he said something about, your location, which I'm disappointed to hear and that happened. That's kind of bullshit. But in any case, I think this will probably fizzle out and we'll move on. Yeah, and then we'll get back to the good times. So, this is the kind of thing where I feel like it's good that we're talking about it so that we say everything there is about it, and then we don't have to talk about it again.
Sure. I feel obligated to bring this up here. Dr. Ben is in the chat. He says Patrick is a lying piece of shit. I didn't realize he would simply make shit up. Wow. Mr. Self-Destruct. It's your turn. Go ahead.
Oh, I thought I was supposed to comment on that or something.
No. I mean, you can if you want to. It's your turn to speak. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know about what goes on in back rooms, but I'll say the same thing I said in Commandos room and in private. Okay. So to put that aside for a moment, what you had said. Oh gosh, sorry. What you had said. I was about to yawn. Just that says something.
Thirst. Take a deep breath. Relax.
Yeah. No, what you had said to finish up everything, right? What you had, I'm not saying to finish up the conversation, right? But to finish up what you and I were talking about in DMs, you said the gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying, 9 months, 8, 9 months. That's why you're turning gray. Temples, right?
No.
You're clearly very tense right now, even very stressed. It's like,
yeah,
I have something for you, right now to take that. I just shoot it to you through the internet. I'll take one for you. I'll take one for the team if I have to. But the other 3 things. So it's like your gut feeling, right? All right, fine. That was the honest thing that I could not deny, right? I'm like, okay, Patrick's now speaking to me honestly. I think those 3 other things are just all bullshit. If you want to be straight, that's what I said in the Commandos room, right? Mm-hmm. Something to that effect. Is comparing EVS to Satan or whatever, right? I wouldn't take that seriously in any way or form. What was the second one? Frog Tony.
Frog Tony and then J-Bomb.
I disrespect Frog Tony. I don't care about it. He's one of those off-camera people who, not to disrespect Carbon Heart, but because I believe Carbon Heart provides some insights, right? He has, and he continues to, I'm sure, right? Will continue to.
What do you mean not to
disrespect? One of those off-camera people who does stir up.
Oh, you mean
drama.
Carbon, let's let him finish.
I was just confused by what he just said. Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. I kind of backed it up halfway, but no, I mean you have these insights that I believe someone like Frog Tony does not have, and this may be the one clip that gets clipped from a clipper. It's like that person is off cam all the time. They don't get as much of a say as someone putting in the work, putting in the effort. Whether or not they have Carbon was on cam before. Oh, I never caught that.
Let's stand.
Catalyst Vault says. But to just so I disregard that completely. And I don't want to see any 2.5 minute clips or something. Oh, Frog Tony, and this other guy who both off cam were talking about whatever. And it's like, can we not insult Comicsgate people?
One second, Mr. Self-Destruct.
Viscerally?
1 second. Katie did welcome. Thank you. It's Self-Destruct's turn to talk. Thank you.
Okay, so that's it. I mean, okay, and the third one, Gay Obama. I've been calling him Gay Obama since he grabbed both Shane's cheeks and said, I mean, he played it up. He played it up very happily, very joyfully, because that was his thing for the moment, right? Of MegaCon, right? Being at a shit MegaCon, which they all called a soap convention because there were so few comics there. And dramatics happened with Ali and Rini and whoever the fuck else, right? It's like, oh, they snubbed us, or snickering, about us and pointing to us and whatever. Mandy said, she refused to shake my husband's hand and then spilled water, whatever. It's like a bunch of drama shit. Okay, but around the time, Gay Obama was the only one to, kind of do something humorous about the whole, and that was very slightly like a day before the whole Dungeoneers thing came up, right? So that was I got both cheeks, Shane. One on one day, the other on the other day. Got some pictures with him. I guess he got his Is what
We know
weightlifting life to
we know what happened there,
weightlifting
but
life to take pictures.
what's in regards
No,
to
that's
that?
it. Oh really? So Jay Bauman doesn't give a shit. He might be saying something like you said, like not here, not in this room, right? And Neil Gaiman, he was doing I don't know what, right? We don't entirely know what, but the accusations seem large. So I get that, like it's like chill, right? Chill on that comparison. I get that part. But most over what I get is you saying you had this gut feeling and you've been suffering with it for this amount of time, which I say to you, it's just like I'm a few years older. It's like when I was your age, I probably would have done a similar, thing, just suffered through some kind of feeling. But it's like we don't really need feelings. We need very few feelings to govern our actions and life in general. And that's all I'll say about that, I suppose. I'll throw myself on mute. So,
Okay. Katie, I'm actually going to wait for these other two who were here before you to go.
No, that's fine. Go ahead. I'm fine.
Frederick was here first. So, Frederick,
Yeah, a lot of this has happened. You guys have known each other before I came on, and a lot of this has happened outside of my awareness a lot, I thought the tension between you two was kayfabe, as you said, because, the performance aspect of the show. Sad to see him go. We had some good times. I mean, I have no ill will towards Dr. Ben, but respect your decision. That's pretty much all I have to say.
fair enough. Johnny.
Well, I can't lie. There's part of me that likes Ben, to be honest. I always thought he was quite funny. I never had anything personal against him, but I know what you were saying about bringing up issues in the past. That's totally true. You have spoke to me before and mentioned it. You had doubts, so that is true. Like I said, I hope he does all right. At the end of the day, we were friends. Everyone was friends once. There's no reason you can't just like leave him to it. There's no need to hate on him. If that stuff about cancelling Frog Tony is true, then that is quite bad. But again, I'm only going by what I can hear. So yeah, it's your decision, Pat. All I will say is to anyone out there is don't be harsh on Ben. I mean, he's not all bad. He's got some good parts, and he's funny at times. I think in some respects he means well.
Marilyn Cookie says, "Wait, what happened to Ben? Is he okay?" Marilyn, I removed him from the show. We've already gone through all the reasons why. You can just rewind it later. But I will reiterate what Johnny said there. I can't say for sure if I believe that I think he means well, but I can say that when he's not all bad. Like he is funny and he does have his moments, and we had good times. And I'm not gonna go scotched earth on him. I have no need to do so and no desire to do so.
At the end of the day, with you, Patrick, and Carbon, you, Ben, and Carbon were the first people to help me out. You and Commie Mark came on my first show, but he was just helping me out on that show. But you lot stayed, and you became the original lineup. So it's like, don't get me wrong, I love all the new Commandos as well. You're all great people, but to me, it's kind of like a nostalgic thing, like the original four.
Mm-hmm. And that's one of the reasons I kept him on for so long. It was,
Yeah, and I respect that.
Well, and I can see Mr. Self-Destruct's point too about the length of time is weird, and it makes it seem very disingenuous and dishonest. And I agree with you, Mr. Self-Destruct. It is. And I was being disingenuous and dishonest.
And the other 3 reasons, I would say. Because look, just to clear that up, I don't think any single person on this panel or anybody in Comicsgate, even Ethan, has the power to cancel another person in Comicsgate. That's false language.
No. So then can I ask you, Mr. Self-Destruct?
Shoot.
If I was accused of canceling him, how would you respond to that?
Canceling from your show. That would be the correct terminology, which would hit the mark, right?
Okay. Well, I was informed.
He can no longer come on my show.
I was informed from him that I was essentially taking him out of Comicsgate and then canceling him because of me removing him from the show. So if you're going to apply that logic,
blood in, blood out.
If you're going to,
I would say that's false.
You've got to apply it equally.
Yes, I would say
it very much reminds me of a kind of Jack Show Kelsey situation.
I mean, there is something I do want to add, though, that hasn't been said yet, is that along the way, there have been instances in which some of his behavior on the show was called out and kind of there was an attempt made to correct it and be like, oh, Ben, could you not do this? Or, a couple of times towards the end of the show. And actually, there was a point that I recall where he reversed course, where he engaged more, in the conversations and wasn't derailing and kind of being odd and what have you. And I was like, okay, this is a good sign. So I just wanted to add the detail that there was attempts made and talks were had with considering, giving him a second chance. But by now it's become apparent with the recent things that's okay, it's escalating. It might even get worse. So now it's time to just end it.
It's Katie's turn now. Katie.
Okay. Do I sound okay?
Yeah, you're okay.
How about now?
It's a little better.
Okay. Apologies. Please cut me off if I start sounding off. First off, I love Dr. Ben. He will always have a special place in my heart. We had some good times on my show, and things that happen. It's very heartbreaking. It's kind of shocking too, in a sense, because when he had those moments, that wasn't the Dr. Ben I knew, and it was just kind of surprising. Hold on one second.
While she's attending to that, in regards to Mr. Self-Destruct saying, correct me if I'm mistaken, Mr. Self-Destruct, I don't want to put words in your mouth.
I'm back. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, never mind. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish.
No. Go ahead. I'll say it later.
Okay. Sorry. So my thought is, look, if you I understand people don't like Rob Tony. I totally get it. I could understand why people feel that way, but it doesn't matter who it is. My personal opinion, and this is just my opinion, this opinion does not affect this part of the panel. It's my own. But when I saw the messages in the DM groups, I'm in 3 of them, and it's happened 3 times. I even, in my Good Morning Comicsgate green room, I tried to want to keep it professional. I don't like there to be things that it's not acceptable. I felt like Dr. Ben kind of crossed the line there with it. Now, if he was to ask me personally about it, which he did, I said, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't understand. And he's talking about the Joe Bennett stuff. And I said, Dr. Ben, I'm sorry, honey, I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea if he said it or whatever. Point is that was surprising and I didn't like it. But just because he's not on the show doesn't mean he's not part of CG. He's very much part of Comicsgate. He's the grassroots of Comicsgate. He's someone that's trying to get a book out. He's trying to get his name out there. So I have a lot of respect for Dr. Ben, but I do need to stand by Patrick, and I understand why Patrick made the decisions. I kind of felt it. I never speaked on it, but I felt it for a while. But I'm just kind of like, Frederick, it's probably kayfabe. And sure enough, I was like, okay, so what I was feeling, and I just got here literally, you know what I'm saying? And if I was feeling that, then okay. He did come by my chat Monday morning. He did a member chat. He said, you know, you guys are talking shit in the room. And I just told him, I said, look, nobody's saying a bad word about you. I have not said a bad word. I
Can
wish
we
you
have
the
Mr.
best of luck.
Self-Destruct corroborate that for us? Mr. Self-Destruct, did anybody talk shit about Ben in the Comicsgate Commandos room after he left? Or after I
Define
kicked him
talk
out,
shit.
rather.
Oh, after?
After I kicked him out, did anybody badmouth him or say,
No, it was an odd singular note of solidarity. I think it was 6 or 7 people all posting gifts of military, you know, salutes, send-offs, or salutations to as.
but did anybody talk shit about
Katie
him?
Phillips had put the iron fist, right? You
Did
get what I'm saying?
Did anybody talk shit about him? Has anybody said anything negative
Other
about
than
Ben?
me? Maybe no, I don't believe so.
Okay.
I wouldn't define, and if so, I wouldn't define it as talking shit.
I just wanted to clear that up.
Because
Sorry,
I
Katie.
think I was the only one to say, like, what?
Yeah. Well, all right, Katie.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just
No,
wanted...
you're good. I'll wrap it up quick. But I will say that, you know, I kind of I've had a similar issue with my anime show. I got a couple of great guys that come on my panel, but we were having difficulties, you know, getting veered off in conversations, or when I was in a train of thought and I was speaking, it got cut off, and it happened over time to where it started affecting my show. So I had to kind of put the foot down. I had to talk to my co-host, say, look, this is bad. You know, we got to fix this, because if this doesn't get fixed, and I'm just going to do the show solo. And my co-host agreed, and we discussed, and we haven't had problems since then. When it comes to people's shows, you need to have respect. If they say, you know, stop, or hey, let's, you know, don't take it offense, just say, all right, it's their show, let's stay on track, stay on topic. So like I said, I love Dr. Ben. I'm not very proud of some of the things he's done, but that doesn't change my love for him. You know, like, he's always, whether he probably hates me, he'll always be my buddy. You know, I just wish him the best. I hope he finds peace and happiness. But my impression of a commando is you respect, dignity, integrity, and morals, good morals. We're here to represent CG. We're doing promotions. Patrick is doing very well. I mean, he's been on a couple big shows. This show is growing, you know, and so I just think that you know, Patrick's in charge, so what he says will go, and I'm glad we have all respect Patrick's decision. That's just about it. So, and I will not be clipping this, just
Thank
to
you.
be clear. So no clipping from me. That is it.
One thing I would like to note here. Well, actually, I'd like to ask a question first to everybody and to the chat. Chat, please say yes or no to this so I can count your names here. Have I made it clear enough on this show that this show is about promotion and glorifying the art of comic books? That's what it's about, and not about where there are other shows that do detraction and do drama.
Yeah.
I made it clear enough that this show is about promotion and the art form of comic books, and not about drama / detraction.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Carbon.
Yeah.
You can be honest. You don't feel like, if I haven't done it, just tell me, because that would be my fault. That would be something I did that
Yeah,
contributed.
you have. As a matter of fact, I remember specifically moments in which you've said that live, where you said, like, you want this show to be focusing on promoting projects and talking about comics and you know, media. Yeah, so definitely.
Mr. Self-Destruct?
I would say about, kind of rough, maybe 70-80%. That was the impression I got.
It's got to be. It's got to be.
I would say
yes or no.
over most streams, what's a yes, and sometimes we go off into the weeds into whatever, right? Into the forest,
Yes, but
right?
it doesn't
And
stay on topic long. We address it, we discuss it, because, like, for instance,
we
the
do.
neutral ground, like the
We-
neutral ground situation. Yes, we had that discussion because it involved everybody in CG, and
What
it
is
was
what
a
is neutral
topic that
ground?
it was Dark
Maybe I
Crypt's
wasn't here for
show
that one.
back then. Yes, you weren't. But the point is yes, there are moments, not all the time, not every show, but every so often, sometimes you're gonna talk a little bit about drama or what's going on in the community.
I'm not talking
But
about drama,
I know
but
Patrick does keep it a promotional, professional show. It's why he's able to have Angela Prusty. It's why he's able to have all these people come, because they see it's a professional, non-drama show. And I think that's important for Patrick. I encourage Patrick to continue staying on that. That's important.
Absolutely.
We need these
So
kind
wait,
of streams for that.
So I've got a yes
you
from
know?
Carbon. I've got a kind of from Mr. Self-Destruct. I got a yes from Katie. Johnny, I know you don't always have time to watch the show, but I feel like
the question is,
we've
have you made
spoken
it
about it.
clear that this is a promotional?
Right, Johnny.
Okay.
Do you feel like, Johnny, I have made it clear that this version of Comicsgate Commandos under me is more about promotion and comics than it is about detraction or drama?
Yeah, definitely. Like me and you had different ways of doing it, didn't we? I focused a little bit more on the drama than you did, but you never really liked that side of it. And the fact that when I handed it over to you, I thought that the show needed someone more like you that would focus more on the promotion. I mean, I did promote people, but I haven't got the knowledge of Comicsgate that you lot have got. Like, I've only been around like a year. And sometimes you do drift off subject to like religion and stuff like that, and like
Me?
conspiracy.
What?
I love those. That's what I love.
But at the
Until
same
then.
time, you also say that it's the show where no fucks are given. So you've
That's
got to
true.
remember that some people take that literally,
Yes.
like they can say anything.
Yes.
That's very true. And actually,
I do.
I knew somebody would say that, so I changed it for tonight,
Yes,
but I
thank
didn't
you.
put it up yet.
I appreciate that.
And can I
Sorry,
Go ahead,
Johnny.
John.
Go ahead. Keep going, Johnny.
You might change it to allegedly or something.
Yeah. Ostensibly.
But yeah, you have made it clear enough that you want to promote other artists and focus less on the drama, unless like it is some drama is unavoidable in it because it links with the artist you're promoting, but
With the medium of comic books in general, which is what I would say in regards to Eric July and predominantly. And I guess I've talked shit about Matt Barr on this show, but I don't feel bad about that, and I don't think that because one, my estimation is he's not really Comicsgate. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like he's anti-Comicsgate to a degree. So my
Well, he has said Comicsgate is dead.
Sure, right. Although there's people out in the world, Mr. Self-Destruct, who will still call him Comicsgate because he's somewhat still associated. My point is that once you're out of Comicsgate, I don't care. People can say whatever, and you can say whatever you want about anybody outside of Comicsgate, and I won't care. It's your opinion. But when we're
if they
in
have
it,
CG in their name,
if we're in Comicsgate, and you honestly believe they are, and I honestly believe they are, then for me that's like, you're not going to agree with everybody in Comicsgate, so don't friendly fire.
Well, that's a good example, Patrick. Briefly, the whole Matt Barr drama that happened over the past year is a good example of something that occasionally needed to be brought up because he started using the hashtag. Remember, this is Comicsgate. Like he was openly attacking Comicsgate, so it got to the point where it was affecting everybody. So that's an example of something that needs to be brought up if something like that were to happen again.
Yes, and I think actually that's one of the reasons the Commandos exists, to defend against threats from the outside world against Comicsgate, but not within it.
I will say something though, Pat. If Ben persists in saying that you're lying about what you're saying, then maybe it'd be a good idea to publicly, both of you, speak about it in front of people. If it keeps continuing and he keeps dragging your name through the mud, because he's obviously got a different view of it.
Yeah, it's like this, Johnny. I don't think that. I would hope that the way that I've treated this stream tonight and asking people to not talk shit and to not call him names and to not, I would hope that he sees that as a gesture of goodwill. And that he respects that and that he lets sleeping dogs lie. And that we can just part ways amicably and move on about it. I will say that I refuse to talk to him. I will refuse to talk to him unless he admits that he threatened me in that personal conversation. If he will not admit that, then I personally can't trust a word that he says. And so I won't engage in that situation. If he says that he did it, if he said that he said what I said to you guys that he said, then okay, I'll talk. We'll talk. Maybe we can work something out.
Well, if that is true, to be honest, that's the thing that pissed me off the most, hearing that he threatened you. Obviously, yeah. I'm taking your word for it. I've got no reason to expect you to lie to me. You've never lied to me in the past. So I'm just taking your word. Like, there's no reason for you to make something like that up.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I asked for proof, because it's so odd and awkward. And Pat just said, it was a video call.
And that's why I feel like I've got to be honest. I feel fucking retarded for not having recorded it, but that's not the way my brain works.
That wouldn't be a good thing.
I don't.
Yeah,
he
but
asked
honestly,
me. Go ahead.
It's not the kind of thing that you would just tack on to the end of your reasons that you gave. You gave a list of reasons, Patrick, as to why you made your decision. And so to me, just from experience of people, that last thing about the threat doesn't sound made up, because I wouldn't expect you to tack that on at the end of the list,
No. And that kind of thing, for me to say that kind of a thing about somebody is actually a legal thing. Like I could be brought to court over making such a statement if it weren't true. Believe me, I've consulted my legal counsel in this.
Can I
go ahead?
Can I sidetrack for a moment and say that's what this is about right here? Comicsgate needs an enema. We need to get this shit out. I'm tired of seeing Matt Barr being reposted. I have the fucker on mute and all these WC people, right? I was telling this to Johnny earlier, but I'm tired of seeing all this shit being reposted, used for content, when there's a report post button on each post for a reason. All right, take one of these very offensive, right? Take one of these very offensive posts by Matt Barr or any other fucker, right? And copy the link and put it into Grok and ask what violations are in this post. It's going to say harassment, targeted harassment, possibly, incitement to, harass as a group, if it understands the context. And then it's going to say possibly defamation as well, which refers directly to Katie. It's like, this shit has to stop. We need to get this shit out. We need to have an enema to get this shit out. This is legally actionable stuff. And Grok will tell you at the bottom of the, of its response, it will say Grok is not a lawyer, so it may, which lawyers use that terminology as well, may constitute defamation. It's like,
right.
Let's cut that shit out. That is cutting into people's job opportunities. That is cutting into their real life. Just
right.
This isn't game playing. That isn't game playing.
Which is another reason why
threats are not game playing.
Well, that's another reason why I only said that to reiterate to people why I feel justified in what I've done. Don't worry, Dr. Ben, I'm going to read your chat. But let me just read his chat. Well, that's definitely a lie. In addition to all the other bizarre statements Patrick has made tonight, in this weird homosexual kangaroo court. I will note, Dr. Ben, I know you're listening, that I've asked everybody in the chat and on this panel to not call names and not talk shit. And I don't know. It just seems like, why would you?
Honestly,
you don't have to use the
Patrick,
word homosexual like that. So, but I get it. I understand that.
Oh shit! I meant to be muted.
You know, I don't even know. That's actually super funny. You thought you were muted.
Yeah,
Oh
well,
man,
I didn't mean to wrinkle that shit
ripped
up every
that
time.
burp out, man. That's actually
That
really
happens,
funny.
bro.
I thought you just did that on purpose, but
You check that mute button before you let it rip.
right, you got.
No, you heard me. Did you hear me crinkling this up?
Yes.
You know the other one. Okay.
no, I
yeah,
didn't mean crinkling the
mean for that.
can. I just heard your burp.
Okay.
Can't control my own strength.
Dr. Ben, I'm. There are people in this chat who would be way meaner to you than I could be, and I've asked them to not, and so they're not. Like they're respecting my wishes to not.
And let me tell you something. That's
Cheers to the chat.
coming from my experience. I wish I had that opportunity. I wish I was given that grace. Hey guys, this is why we don't care for, but don't say shit in the chat.
Yeah. Well, it's
that's
just another
the most
example.
grace anybody's ever given to somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even get that honor. You know, I mean, not here. You know, we all know what we're talking about. But
yeah.
No, I don't.
Here's the thing too, that it surprised me of the threat thing, because I get threatened weekly, and I take that very serious to heart. And even though Patrick doesn't have children or anything, it's still a threat.
Yes.
You know, and it's invading his space. And so that's, if there's anything that I'm, out of everything that's happened or that he has done, I think that's the one thing that really breaks my heart. And it does, because I go through it a lot, man. And so to see someone else like Patrick, of all people, get that, it's heartbreaking. It breaks my heart. You don't deserve that. And like I said,
Katie,
Dr. Ben, I'll always
I
love
think-
you and appreciate you. But there's one thing I did want to, I forgot to say this earlier. I apologize. Forgive the blonde over here, but I did want to make a comment. I know, Mr. Self-Destruct, that you said something about Jay Bama. So in my opinion, Jay actually reached out to me, and he was like very shocked, very confused. He's like, I've never said anything bad about this guy. I barely ever really talked to him. Yes, we all call him that. My chat calls him that.
Gay bomb.
But when it comes out of the blue from someone you didn't expect,
yeah, okay, I see
you
that.
kind of need to understand. Yeah, like he was shocked. He was like, I mean, I'm used to it, but I've never talked to this guy. This guy came out, you know. So you kind of have to understand, like, if he knew Dr. Ben well and he said that, then Jay wouldn't care.
Okay,
wouldn't care.
wait a minute.
Nobody
Wait
knows
a
Dr.
minute.
Ben. Nobody knows any of us well.
Please. On that.
Yeah.
Dr. Ben. He just said, you accuse me of threatening you, you weirdo. You're the whiter and even more stupid version of Eric July, which is another insult, even though I've asked not to be insulted and not to insult you.
Dr. Ben, that's not helping your case.
Oh, hold on. Dr. Ben, I said that to you. I said to you, if they're not your friends and they don't know you, they don't know who you are, they don't know you from Adam, they don't even know you exist or I exist. They don't know we're fucking nobodies to these people, okay? I said to you, when they don't know who you are, kayfabe doesn't work. It just looks like you're taking a shit on them. Can you please, Dr. Ben, can you please say in the chat here, yes or no? Did I say that? Did I make that statement to you? I'm trying here, Ben. I'm trying.
People don't know, you know, to slightly oppose that point, slightly push back on that side. It's like, people don't generally know me. Jay Bomber didn't know me when I was calling him Gay Bomber, you know, left and right and whatever. And I mean, he would come on, you know, mailing streams or whatever, and it's all Gay Bomber, you know, it's all Gay Bomber.
All right.
Chat.
All right.
No, you go on.
No. I'm not trying to interrupt you, but this is Dr. Ben's response to my comment. Okay.
Priority.
Right. Well, brother, what am I supposed to say to this? Dr. Ben, if you recorded that conversation I would be eternally in your debt for you to release it. I want you to. I really, really, really do. So just if you were wondering whether or not I would be upset about you releasing that, do it, man.
Oh, okay. See, I'm just catching up. You're saying it was, or who's saying? Katie was saying that it was other things in the back room, some other back room where it's like Alabama trash that doesn't know how to read.
That was in our back room, brother.
I didn't see that.
It was right. It's right. I have it up right
Yeah.
now. That's in our Comicsgate Commandos room.
What is this,
So
Katie?
Patrick-
Are you calling me Dr. Disrespect?
Huh?
Oh,
don't call me
shoot. That's I had a
Dr.
typo.
Wow.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
I had a
Fuck Dr.
typo.
Disrespect.
Shit.
Okay,
Sorry. I got a cat in my lap and sorry.
Okay, you're forgiven. You have a cat in your lap.
Yes. And keeps
Oh,
pushing
man.
the phone.
That
My bad.
All right, here you go,
That
Patrick.
sentence could have gone a totally different way, Katie. Carbon,
Get
go
him
ahead.
teed up for you. I have a cat in my lap.
Patrick,
Sorry.
what you're asking Dr. Ben to admit
Mm-hmm.
right earlier is that he said that threat statement,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when Ben said what, I think he was confused about what you're asking him to admit that he said. So
Well, then
because
let
that's
me
the major.
let me reiterate
Yeah.
it. Dr. Ben, I told you that what you perceived as jokes posed to these people, Frog Tony and Jay Bama, were not perceived as jokes by them because they don't know who you are, and it looks like you're talking shit. Did I say that to you? That's my question. I mean, to be honest with you folks, everybody here on the panel and everybody at home, when I made the statement that he said to me, and these are the words, I've got friends who live in St. Louis.
Oh,
And he said, I didn't say that. To me, I'm done.
that's the implication of a threat. Yes.
That's it. I'm done. Like, if you won't admit that you said that to me, then
Well,
what are we,
Patrick,
on that
what was said after that, though?
it was
what
me.
was your
I
response
said,
to that?
what do you mean by that? Why did you just bring that up? And he went into another, and here's where I do my shit talking. A Dr. Ben response, which never answers the question and goes into a million different subjects before you're forced to say, hold on a sec. And I said again, wait, no, hold on. What do you mean by that? When you say that, what does that mean? And then it went again, another response that didn't answer the question. And then I said, because I was getting angry at this point, I said, fucking answer the fucking question. And he said, well, I brought that up because you said on a chat a while ago that if somebody came to your apartment, you would shoot.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think you said you would shoot.
I didn't phrase it that way precisely. Yeah. I know exactly what I fucking
They would
said.
wish they wouldn't have come, or whatever, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Which I've heard plenty of
I
times.
said it would be a bad idea for somebody to come here. That's what I said. I would never. You're talking to the son of a lawyer. If you think words are not my
God,
dude,
that's
you're
a whole
fucking wrong. Okay, words are. That's what I live off of.
Yeah, that's not a good look. You see, that's why I asked what was said after that, because it made it look even more damning. Because he kept dodging when you pushed it and said, "What do you mean by that? You got friends in St. Louis?"
Fair.
Right. Then he brings up the example you brought up of people literally pulling up and having to take action. Not good. So this is sounding more real.
Being fair, though, I have to be fair here. I don't have proof for these statements that I'm making. And Dr. Ben says he didn't record our conversation. So neither of us have any way to disprove the other person or prove it. So I just want to be upfront with people about that. I really, it's off of my word and his word. And that's where we're at right now.
Does it make sense now why I stay anonymous, by the way?
Yeah, it fucking does.
Is it making more sense now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hey, there's moments I wish I was anonymous, but
look, Katie, I want to say one thing to you is like,
yeah,
I think you need to get a lawyer involved with all this map bar.
Well, hold on, Mr.
constantly
Self-Destruct.
targeting
We
you.
will. I want to talk about that too, but
Yeah,
let's wrap this subject up.
Oh, sure.
I feel like
that's all.
I've
That's
said
all I have to
everything-
say about that. Is
Yeah, and I
Brock
feel like
says
I've
this
said
stuff.
everything I want to say
It's
with
not
one
okay.
exception, and this is my one exception. Everybody, not everybody. Actually, I'll just put it to me. I bitch and moan about drama being this thing that makes everybody pay attention to the streams and it makes everybody tune in. And I'll have to be honest with you folks, because there's 36 of you listening right now.
Wow.
I've never gotten above
Big number.
24 or 26 people on this show. And there have steadily been more people watching this show tonight for the drama than for anything else we've ever done, like promoting Mike Barron, promoting Aaron Lepresti, promoting Godfo last week, promoting Frost Comics. The dozens of people that I've had on this show. We've never had as many people watching as when we're talking about stupid drama shit. And I got to be honest, that's sad to me. But
Well,
that's the
there's
last
been a
thing
lot
I
of
would
reposts.
like to say about it.
There's been a lot of reposts, specifically regarding this
Oh,
relevant,
really?
whatever you said. I mean,
Yeah,
Johnny
on Twitter,
reposted
I haven't
it,
even looked at Twitter
whoever
since
else.
we started this stream.
I think the thing is
It's catching an audience.
yeah, it does, but it does, and but for those that are sitting here listening to it, I really highly recommend to not only hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't, but also please stick around and come back every Wednesday. Look, these guys are doing, Patrick and these guys are putting on a really good show. They are helping the community. They are promoting. They're good guys. They're gentlemen. They're sweethearts. They have good hearts, and they really want to help people. And I have full support in it. So please, if you could, even if there's not drama, stick around. You'd be surprised. We actually have a great show. That's why I clip segments of parts of the show, because I want everyone to see that, hey guys, look over here. There's this show over here. Come look at this. Come hang out with us. It's fun. That's
Thank you,
that's all I
Katie.
wanna say.
Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome.
Does anybody else have
I'm not
anything?
going to say I have a good heart or any of that crap. It's all
You
fluff.
do. You're a lovable
Fluff.
Don't even go there.
Suck it up.
I'm gonna send you a
Sweetheart.
Bible. Self-destruct. I'm gonna send you a Bible.
I'm going to send you.
Hopefully, it's a Young's literal translation and
Oh,
not
Lord.
some of that, King James bullshit.
I was
send
just
you
about
a
to
box
say
of
the same
Exacto
thing.
Johnny's like, I'm out. It's another fucking religion rant.
Oh no.
Oh, wait. Okay, but
So,
does anybody
Damn,
else have
that
anything
won't
more they
open.
would like to say on the subject? We've actually been here for a whole hour talking about it.
so good.
And I need to take
Anybody
a
in the
piss.
chat, newcomers, welcome. Thank you for tuning in, and please sub to the channel. It's been
Please.
a ride. It's been almost a year now, and if you could
Oh,
please hit like and share the link. We want this to grow,
Yeah.
of course.
And we're not nearly so dour every week. We have a good time. We have a lot of fun.
I did tell Kitty Phillips to tune in. If you want to play that clip, if you're of such a
She's-
mind,
She's
if you're
not
of such a
interested.
ballsy mind, she told me in DMs. Thank you. Yeah, I like that.
What?
Thank you
She's
for clipping it.
she's not interested.
What?
No, I'm not saying send her the link. If you just want to play that
Yeah.
clip, it's in the top of the where is it? Wait, this way.
Did you?
Top
Did
of the
any of
private.
you guys? Did any
Johnny
of you
played it
guys?
earlier.
Did
Johnny,
you see
sorry.
Riley's new clip?
I
Yeah.
sure
Yeah.
did. That was amazing.
No, I
Yeah.
didn't.
So just real clear. Are we done? I got
Yes,
fucking-
I
Stop!
I told
Christy,
you.
God damn it! Stop!
Now you
all
send her the
right.
link so she
Now
can come
I
on and
have to-
straighten
now I
you
have
out.
to show it. Let me go grab it. Pressuring me into showing this clip.
Yay!
I can't do it when I'm. Hold on.
Can't do it when I'm this tense. That's what I had told my girlfriend one time.
Oh, and for
What?
the record, Mr. Self-Destruct, I have gray hair because I have superior genetics. I also went through a suicide thing back when I was 18 and I had open heart surgery. So if you want to know why I have gray hair,
That's why I.
it's because my
followed.
life's
I
been
was gonna-
fucking shit for years.
That's why I.
You got
I
the
was gonna
Reed,
say
You're an
twist 'em,
interesting
but
fellow.
Reed Richards look, fittingly.
Look, bro,
You got
I'll
the
take
Reed
it.
Richards look.
I'm so happy
I'll take
that
Patrick
happened.
as a Reed Richards over Pablo, whoever, any day.
Dude, I can
All right,
do a
here you
better
go.
voice than him too. So here, all right, let's
Without
play
a
it.
doubt.
But,
we have a piece. You guys asked me what I know about Comicsgate, and what I know is just what comes across my feed, and it's a bunch of little bitchy bitches, and all of you guys be bitches. No, I feel like you guys are probably little bitches too. Anybody talking about it? Like, I don't know, because I don't watch you guys intently. Like,
who you talking to, Christy?
Who's mad at who, and who's not talking to who?
Well,
and
now
whose show shouldn't I go on?
Tell her, Carbon.
This could like damage my reputation. Like, it's way too much. Like, I'm publishing a hilarious quarterly magazine.
The Corona thing.
Wait, I'm offended by what she said, and I want her to know I'm offended. I am. No, I'm just kidding.
That's how lit Flip City is. You know, the writing at Flip City, we are lit. We know what's going on. We have our finger on the pulse. It's everything you fucking want. It's everything you want. I guarantee any Comicsgate should be supporting Flip City. You will love it. It's everything you want. Actually. You know, even a little offense. You will take a little offense. Okay.
Biggest balls on
You're going to be like, you know what? Am I a butthurt little bitch? Let me get my Flip City scale out, read this shit, and see if my brown hole puckers.
All right. Okay. So that's the end of that conversation, folks. So I'm going to leave I'm not going to leave. Thank you, Art Haida. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed that, Christy. Speaking of which, I'll actually be on that. Can I say this? I'll be look, it's too late now. I'm going to be on that
you kind of just
I fucking said it already. I'll be in that show tomorrow. They're going to have me do some voice acting for them. It'll be a lot of fun. You guys should tune in. You really should. And you should like and subscribe to Flip City Magazine. I'm going to I got to smoke a cigarette. I got to be real with you guys in the chat and with everybody on the panel. So what I'm going to do, because it's topical and top of mind, as what's her name used to say, Jen Psaki, it's top of mind. It's top of mind.
Johnny knows what this means.
No. It's not a religious rant. Hold on. Where did my... because this will lead into the next conversation that we have when I come back from sucking on my fag. I mean, smoking my cigarette.
Thank you for that.
Right?
Wow.
Really set it about 50% volume so we can have a little chat.
I do myself. Oh, you said. Sorry. I thought you.
Jesus. Can't help yourself.
So anyway, folks at home listening, there's conversation going around right now about the new Fantastic Four trailer. Lots of conversation, positive stuff, negative stuff. I think one thing that it's generally revolving around is the Thing's voice, and I have a particular opinion on that.
Saw that.
But to give you guys a little example of what I think he should sound like, I'm going to play a video until I come back. So it's maybe 5 to 7 minutes. I'm going to turn it down low so you guys can talk if you want to.
Thank you.
And you guys can watch this. This is essentially what I try to do is I try to take the old 60s Fantastic Four comics, although this one was an homage to the Stan Lee, Jack Kirby Fantastic Four run. And I try to make it into a little like a moving cartoon. So hopefully you guys enjoy this. This is the world's greatest comic magazine #1. I have 2 of these videos. They're both about 15 minutes apiece. Enjoy. I will be back shortly. The fabulous FF face their greatest challenge ever in the Baxter Building Besieged. After facing a host of carbon copies of their deadliest foes, the Fantastic Four return home to a riotous reception that would make a rollicking rock star green with envy.
Who here has watched the trailer in question?
Say that again.
Fantastic Four.
It's a whole swinging soiree. Out of the way.
I haven't.
I haven't either. I've been saving my first time for this stream.
I want everyone to get
I saw it already.
Torch's best girl.
Go on, back off, Charlie, before I clobber the lot.
What's the matter,
you want to give us like a number out of 10? Carbon? Just without any other commentary yet?
I'm going to save it for when we pull it up. I think it'll be more.
All right.
That's what I was saying, just like a number out of 10.
The shooter must have blended in with the crowd.
Yeah.
You don't have
They'll
to.
blend in with the pavement once I get my mitts on them.
It'll be soon enough.
Of course you did, B.A. Turner.
It's no use, Reed. I can't make
Got some
anything out of
hustle.
promotion.
But even as they continue
It's
their
so,
search,
Sleeping
a hidden
Psychopathy
device
says it's
serves our
so
heroes
good.
every action.
What do
Or,
you think,
according to plan,
Catalyst Vault?
another miniature mechanical menace
I
buzzes
remember
through the
Catalyst
darkening
Vault
sky
name before he
for
changed
the
his name.
FF's home in the Baxter building.
The casting announced a
It
year
darts through
ago
an airbed
alone
and
makes
into the
me
headquarters
avoid
of
the
the
movie.
world's greatest super team.
I
Tiny
haven't
searches
seen too
were
much of the
inflicted,
casting.
as
Nobody
every
wanted to
inch
pull
of
it up.
Fantastic
Really.
Four's home is researched
What's up,
and
Aaron?
reported to streaming
Immortal
devices,
Rising.
and then
You got the
automatically
link in the room
transmitted
if you
to a
want to come into
secret
this
point
gay
above.
drama
But
stream.
suddenly,
We're just clearing
computerized
out the gay now.
anti-espionage mechanisms built into the
Patrick's
Baxter
going to
building
smoke a
isolate
fag.
the small-scale spy and eliminate it.
Silver
Well, what
Silver
everybody-
Surfer is
Time will
one
tell,
of my
however,
favorite
if they have
characters.
acted in
Yes.
time.
Self-destruct. The casting was
Short time
kind of
later,
what everyone
Reed
knew
Richards
already
turns
about
his
the
attention
movie,
to weeks of
and
neglected
so
research and
you know
analysis.
that Pedro Pascal
I dare not
is
upset
playing
Yeah.
Reed Richards.
but I fear all
Yeah,
a
and
lot of
that's
people-
the one thing I don't like. I don't know the rest of the
may have made
casting
us
too
more
well.
vulnerable to attack.
And then
Patrick
the
has
other
pulled
big
up the
thing,
thing to show us, right? And I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, that looks great. The other two, I don't know. I haven't seen.
they're also going with a
I'm
female
sorry,
Silver
Susan, but I can't
Surfer,
slow down now.
Right,
which is
Which-
an
but I
alternate
have to
version
finish my
in the
work
but
comics.
before I
she's
even
canon,
consider anything.
right?
Yeah, she's already
Yeah,
an
yeah.
existing character. Yeah,
But that's impossible.
I mean, but she's not
Yeah.
the Silver
Really,
Surfer.
Reed, darling?
correct.
Or are you simply too involved with your gadgets?
But I mean,
to
you know,
remember
they
you
could
love
do some
Whitey's
things
the
with it.
Invisible Girl?
Somebody in
But also
a
the
Twitter
girl-
comment
Of course not, dear.
posted,
The girl that they
like
chose,
watch them let her sacrifice herself for Earth. You know, like
Watch it, sis.
cuck
When
out
the rascal orange-skinned
Norrin
orangutan
Rad,
coming
right?
through.
Johnny,
I'm like,
what
well,
on
you know,
earth?
you never know.
Come here, you loudmouth little creep.
When is this supposed to
Wanna
come out,
act
by the
like
way?
an overgrown spoiled brat? Then I'll put you over my knee and
I'm not sure actually.
Okay.
Johnny Storm, Benjamin J. Grimm.
And
I
this is
thought
Patrick
that
doing
you
all the
grown
voices
out
for
of
this.
kind of behavior. Can't you see
Yeah,
Reed's in the
Kitty
middle of
from
something
Flip
important?
City was very impressed
Aw,
with
geez,
Patrick's
Susie.
voicing.
it's not like you didn't
Uh,
ask for it. That flame-brained brother of yours
Really
was
need to do
blaming
some
me for
things.
letting
Well,
that
he said he's
sniper
going to
get
be on
away
their
at the
it's going to be
airport.
on their show.
Calm down, Ben.
So maybe
I
they can
understand
coordinate
the two of you
something.
need to blow off steam once in a while, but Susan's right.
Good voice actor.
I can't work
Good
with these
singer, you
continued
know?
distractions.
Why? You afraid we'll foul up the new
Little
baby
socially
changing
awkward.
contraption you're cooking up?
Contribute
for
that to
sure,
the
I mean-
homeschooling and
Okay,
other
that's
things.
enough. Both of you, get out.
Thank you.
So
dear.
the movie's
yeah,
coming
holding
out
on to
this
stuff
summer
for-
apparently. Coming out this July.
Summer
Even as the man
July.
such
blockbuster.
as Mr. Fantastic ponders this
And
latest
Superman
perilous
is
puzzle,
supposed to
we
be
turn our attention to a secluded location in
similar
upstate
time
New York,
frame, right?
where a team of
Yeah,
technicians
July, I
work
think.
feverishly to prepare for a
Watch it be
fearful
delayed.
mission.
I mean,
Hurry,
that
hurry.
that would make a
Almost
perfect,
is the
you know,
master
time
instructor.
frame though for a
There's not a
Superman
moment
movie,
to
July
spare.
4th or something. But this is not an American Superman. It's not a pro-American. It's not American exceptionalist, right?
All is in readiness, Excellency.
Of course it is. For such is the will of your mighty sovereign. Such is the will of
Art
Dr.
Haida,
Who.
Art Haida, Haida or
After
Haida?
months of careful preparation,
Art Haida
it is
says
time to claim the
Patty is
victory
awfully
denied
good
me
at
so
voicing
often in the
women.
past. The triumph I should have tasted when last I held the Fantastic Four within my grasp. And, lesser powers though they may be,
Should I have missed you trying to read for
us?
us? Are you trying to read for us?
Only the most
Immortal Rising,
misguided
Aaron?
miscreants would deny the potential for shaping future
Yeah, been a long
glorious
time since we've seen
passing
Aaron on
scenes.
stream.
You have your orders.
I think Patrick does a better Ben Grimm than in the trailer.
Further ponder what lies ahead.
Oh, so you've seen it too.
It has been a long
Oh,
time
yeah, I
since
have.
I have made my home on foreign soil.
You nerds, man.
This
All you
place has
nerds.
served me well in
Jeez.
past endeavors. And after that last unholy conflagration, I refuse to see my beloved
Well, everybody
beloved
made a review
scarred
video. I don't know how
by
you
those
missed
I
it
hate most.
by now.
Yeah, I don't watch those.
Only out of my regard for
choose
the
not to
welfare
watch
of my
those.
loyal subjects did I spare the Fantastic Four.
I don't
when
like
last we
people,
met.
you know. Oh, this is my first time
I shall have
reaction.
no
You know,
such
I'd rather
concerns.
it be like,
For plundering a
you know, a
plenitude of my
stream of
incomparable
how many
scientific
people we got
creations.
here? 6.
The time has come.
I'd rather be a stream
for the
of 6 and then we
Fantastic
watch the
Four
thing
to
and everybody
pay.
has a different take, maybe
Meanwhile,
Shake a leg, Strickland.
somewhat different take,
Sheesh. What kind of guy
nuances,
tells his partners
rather
to
than
hustle
one
down
person.
Well,
This is
crowd and then
amazing
waltzes in
because
late
this and
himself?
this and this.
sorry for the delay.
It's like,
old friend.
I can look
I had
past
something
the,
to
you
attend
know,
to.
whatever, right?
But
But
now we're going upstate to visit Franklin.
Reed,
I mean, there's
But
some
the
good
thing
and
is-
some bad, you
why
know.
didn't you say anything? I could have called ahead to let
I
you
only
me, it's a
watched
mix.
Comicsgate reviews.
I thought it would be more of a surprise
Yeah.
this way, dear.
Sorry,
Buckle up,
Frederick.
everybody.
No,
Next
no
up,
worries.
Whisper Hill. But once the Fantastic car is safely in the air, it it immediately attracts attention of a most unwanted kind.
Even after having traveling in inhuman-made crafts, I can't get over how amazing your fantastic car is. It only took a few seconds to put the city behind us.
Oh, come on, Chris. As our 5th team member,
Invisible Woman sounds like a tranny in
our
this.
specialty. Speaking of which,
Maybe because it's
wait till you get a
Patrick
load of Whisper Hill.
Mm.
I think
in a
Bashful Benji,
dress.
to name just one, just unusual does
These high heels will make my voice hit the note.
Look out! The fantastic car is being ripped apart by some type of energy blast.
Sheesh. Did you think we'd miss that if you didn't broadcast it for us?
But even as our confounded heroes plummet toward the ground below, another fateful incident is transpiring. A strangely shaped ship descends upon the Baxter building. And then, from within the mysterious craft, legions of savage servo guards emerge. In a matter of moments, the home of the Fantastic Four is thrown into chaos. As though possessed by a single mind, the unfeeling servo guards lunge forth into the FF's home, leaving brutal destruction in their wake. At that moment, a second ship descends upon the
Chat
celebrated
is going
skyscraper,
wild.
carrying with it a quartet of Doom's most loyal emissaries.
You have your orders. Carry them out. All of
Be right
Richardson's hardware must be accounted for.
Meanwhile, in the air above a wooded glen several miles outside the city, Susan, I can guide us safely to the ground, but Ben is plummeting like a rock.
Don't worry, Reed. I can do something about that.
Hang on, Chris. I've got you.
What a revolting development this is. Another couple of seconds, and my whole blamed hide is going to be covering the countryside. What the? Some kind of invisible cushion is keeping me from becoming an orange omelet.
You're right, Ben. Susan created a flexible blanket of force beneath you to break your fall. Johnny, scout ahead and see if you can find out what we're up against.
Hey, why come old Flamehead always gets to fly out of earshot while the rest of us get stuck listening to you?
How can you talk like that, Benjamin? There's something terrible behind this, and Reed's just trying to get to the bottom of it.
Big deal. So we're in danger again? Just point out the Joker trying to whoop us, and I'll blast him back where he came from.
It's not that easy, though, Ben. Whoever's behind this is actively toying with us from afar. What's more, we probably haven't heard the last of him. I have to confess, I'm not at all
It's kind
surprised by
of
this. I
notable
was
that
analyzing some debris
he's talking
from
to
our security
Ben
systems
Grimm
earlier,
at the time.
and noted that a highly advanced spy device was among the refuse.
It's like, you're dropping like a rock, Ben.
Someone's been watching us? What gives? You usually ain't the type to hold out on us when someone's looking to clobber us.
Once again, old friend, it's not quite that simple. I wasn't certain we were under the threat of attack.
Did
until
anybody
now.
back Monster MD this time around?
And what gave that away?
This is serious,
No,
Ben.
I missed it,
If I'm correct in
unfortunately.
assuming who's behind us, we need to return to the
It-
Baxter building.
I didn't get
Still
that
might be
book.
open.
Is there
And
something in there
speaking
that's
of
like
Fantastic Four's HQ,
Fantastic
The
Four?
master should be pleased.
Something
We
in there.
retrieved
God,
all of
there's
his
like
stuff.
240 something pages. Man. I mean, it's
No, it looks
fucking
good.
great.
Yeah.
Well, it looks,
Maybe on the next
it's fucking
campaign I'll
great.
catch up.
Well, no, Vaughn just has a website, right? Rise Again Comics.
Ooh, is that Monster MD?
Yeah,
Dude, nice.
the OG, MD.
I couldn't afford to back it because I'm fulfilling right now, and shipping's a bitch. Thanks, all you Canadian backers. No, actually, thank you. Sorry.
That's
By the
going
way,
in
I'm
your
getting that on
permanent record,
Friday.
Patrick.
Sorry.
I'm getting your package on Friday, Patrick.
Oh, did it tell you? It told you?
Yeah, I was gonna. Where's my phone?
Out of interest,
Sorry.
Pat, have you had any backers in the UK?
One, I think. One. But I still, I'm going to send, obviously, comp copies to Peter Gilmore. I have to send all kinds of things to Peter Gilmore because he didn't get comp copies from the last comic, and he did the back cover. So,
Shit.
one. Oh, it's Grim Jim. Grim Jim.
Oh,
Thank
nice.
you, man. I appreciate
Nice.
it. But yeah,
Johnny had him on a good stream. He spent some of his early years in Dubai.
really
Yeah, that was wild.
fascinating individual, certainly.
Definitely. I mean, we have so many in Comicsgate,
How we doing tonight, folks? Oh no. I sent yours off on Friday.
Oh,
Sleeping psychopathy.
Yep, Friday.
Oh no.
At least I assume that was you. I'm pretty sure it was you. If you don't get it, let me know. I obviously print off extra copies just to make sure. And the same thing happened with BA. He moved right about that same time, and so he's getting a big old fucking fat package. Yeah, he's getting my big fat package.
That was very, very gay.
In a little bit here.
I'm not clipping the stream.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he's getting a big.
That's the clip right there. I'm going to clip that. So every time you come on my show, I'm going to play. That's going to be your introduction clip.
He's getting a big fat. Also clip the. I'm going to go smoke a fag or whatever.
Suck on a fag.
Yeah, suck on one. God.
Let's make it a compilation of every
play
gay,
that when Patrick leaves.
Every gay innuendo said on the show.
Frederick, you can get Billy Bobsack from your show. I'm sure he's got a lot of things that I've said that he.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised not to see him joining on the chat. I think he's missing out on the fun now.
Well, I kind of did tell everybody on your chat last night, don't come tonight.
Do not come.
That's why they
do not come. I'm gonna come.
I was just gonna say, Pat, I might make a move now. Thank you very much for having me on. And
thank you, Johnny, for being here. I appreciate it,
Peace and love, Johnny.
Love you, Johnny.
And, Johnny,
original general OG.
Johnny, it's like
right.
There's been a million messages we've sent about all number of things. So if you could resend me your address so I can send you these comics.
Yeah, no worries.
Unless you don't want the comics.
Catch everyone soon. Take care.
Peace
Take
out.
care, Johnny.
Later, Johnny.
Uh-oh. Skeleton Core failed. Okay, all right. So now, ladies and gentlemen, yes, Top Hat's in the chat, folks.
Oh, you
want to
jump into
the chat?
You want to jump into the Fantastic Four?
Oh, I sure do.
Played that.
Hail Apex Comics. There's a lot of people who I haven't said hello to. The Squid. Yours should be sent out on Friday. If I didn't already send it out, I'd have to double check on that. But we're moving right along. Space Zeus. I don't know I forgot what his real name was, but he got his. I'm going to tell you his real name and his address, by the way. His zip code is, and he got his, and he was pleased with it. So that's good news. I will reiterate to everybody in the chat and everybody who backed me. If you have suggestions, comments, critiques, please let me know. You're not going to offend me.
Fuck your critiques.
I've already been called a faggot and a bitch and all kinds of things. There's nothing you can say.
I will critique only if you do a hate stream of critiquing my critique.
I'll do it as a joke, but and I would also like to say I'm done with you, Katie. You're goodbye.
Dismissed.
Katie, you gotta go. You gotta go, Katie.
Yeah, my phone's dying, so I'll be in the bed watching y'all in the chat. But listen, Patrick, you have my full support. I love you like my brother, and you guys are my brothers in arms. And I think things are going to get better from here. I will say, Patrick, if you ever feel a little down, because you're not used to stuff like this. If you ever need someone to talk to, I'm the person to talk to. I've had experience. But I will say I will always love and appreciate Dr. Ben. I will miss him, and I wish him the best. And
real quick.
Yeah.
Katie, have you ever heard the phrase? You're from the South. Have you ever heard the phrase, "I love you, but I don't like you"?
I love you, but I don't like you. No, there's another way of phrase. I said I love you, but oh gosh, I can't think of it. It's an old.
But I'm not in love with you.
Yes.
Yeah, the line they go. Yeah, I love you, but I'm not in love with you.
But get your tongue out of my mouth.
Yeah, Katie, thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
No problem, guys. Hell, CG Commandos. Be sure to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already to get exclusive promotion and great comic book reviews and all good stuff here on CG Commandos. Hell, Commandos. I will see you later.
Goodbye, Katie. Thank you.
Salutations.
And she doesn't know this yet, but I'm going to be on her show on Monday. Ha ha! Nick the Bastard, what's up, brother? Any chance Patty returns in a wig and makeup? I've got to do that one day just to fuck with you guys.
Oh my god!
Look, I'm so secure in my masculinity. I'll do it.
So secure.
It doesn't work that
so
way.
secure. I love to talk.
Look at all my.
That's
You
a
can't
next
see it because I'm blonde.
It doesn't work that way.
Out.
No.
Yes, it
By the way,
it does.
Hold on, Nick the Bastard. Why can't I see you in the chat? Did you block me?
No way.
Do you have live chat
this chat
or
was a
top
while back, Carbon. So I don't know if
No, yeah. No, but I know that's Nick McHugh from the past, right? He renamed
Oh my
himself.
gosh, he keeps
No,
changing
good
his
doxing.
name.
No, do
Yeah.
you have top chat or live chat?
I'm looking at the on a separate window. I have YouTube open.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Well, it has two options.
Nick, double
top chat
check
or
because I
live
can't
chat.
see. I can't see his messages for some reason. Weird.
By the way, hello, Sleeping Psychopathy, aka Jamie. Hello. We have Galaxy Stranger. I didn't say hello to him. I brought some of his, her, theirs chats up. I don't know. Art Haida says Patty is awfully good at voicing women. Look, don't tempt me. I'm super talented. That's really that's all it is, right? Abu Khan says
Now we're back. Now we're about back to normal, Patrick.
Not halal. Yeah, gotta put on the. Oh man, I tried to tell my parents. I was like, it's funny.
Gotta
like
put on the
Chad
high
all makes
heels.
fun of me. They call me gay, and my parents are like, why is that funny? And I'm like, they're like, when are you gonna get married? I'm like, you don't get it.
Mom, I guess you haven't seen the way I behave.
You guys don't understand. An Eisner Award. He won it, right? Vasilis Loos. He won the Eisner Award. He called me the cutest twink. Okay, you guys don't understand.
Yeah, he did.
You did?
Yeah. At the very end, you don't remember that? I was going into my spiel, and he's like, "What a cute twink."
I tune out all gay comments.
Yes!
I remove them. I remove them from my memory. When I look back, I don't remember any of it.
Live edit them out.
Man.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into it, folks. It's the real deal. The one thing you all came here for, probably, maybe. I hope.
Yeah, they didn't come for the drama. The numbers are high tonight because of the Fantastic Four trailer. Patrick.
That's what it is. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the new Fantastic Four trailer. We're going to watch it. We'll go down the line, and then we'll rewatch it. Yada, yada, yada. You know the drill.
Welcome to the Baxter Building.
We make a point to do family dinner every week. Sunday at 7 on the dot, no matter what. We're all here.
Herbie, how's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Okay, is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious, I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
T-5. Before we went up the first time, you couldn't turn invisible. Ben wasn't a rock. The best pilot in the world right here.
Yeah. Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together. As a family.
Where's the rest of it?
What do you mean?
Go back to halfway. Just after the thing, just after his stuff, if you can.
Oh, whoops! I'm on the wrong screen. I'm like right here,
where she's introducing. Oh, Johnny just does his own thing. Whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, right here.
Best looking, he means.
And Johnny never caught fire.
Ben has always been a rock. Johnny is Johnny.
Hi.
And I am right here. Whatever life throws at us, we'll face it together.
Is that what you're
was
talking about?
Galactus Shadow, yeah, and then Galactus, yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All right.
Why is Galactus so small?
Oh, shut up. He's not small at all.
He should be gigantic. He should be.
He is. Look how tall he is compared to the. Oh, hold on. Let's
Yeah,
Carbon,
but
it's Carbon
he should be
first. Let's
so
let
much.
Carbon.
Yeah.
Carbon, go ahead.
Overall review.
Yeah.
Very positive. There's a lot that's good here, and only a couple of negatives, which I think most people agree on. Pedro Pascal is not a bad actor, but he doesn't really seem like Reed Richards. So, but I'll give him credit. In this trailer so far, he seems decent. Like, it doesn't look like he's doing a bad job, but you're gonna have to kind of, work with him to accept it, I think. Sorry about the motorcycles. The motorcycles are back.
We couldn't even hear him. I couldn't hear him.
Okay, good.
Couldn't hear it.
Yeah. And then the other, the Silver Surfer thing, I would have preferred it to be Norrin Rad. I mean, I understand that they're going with an alternate that actually exists in the comic, but I prefer the original Silver Surfer. And plus that actress, they didn't show her in this trailer, but I do not like that actress at all that's playing Silver Surfer here. What's her name? Julia Garner, which you'll see once there's a new trailer that comes out. But the things I like, oh yeah, the Thing. He looks amazing. I think he looks great.
You were doubting me before. You remember that?
Well, I was gonna wait until the thing they actually showed it, because you can't believe sometimes the teasers that come out early, they could be fake. So I didn't know if it was real. But no, the Thing looks amazing. Visually, I like the look of this. By the way, the cars, I love the classic vintage cars. They look amazing. That futuristic, like, back in the 60s with the Jetsons kind of future look. That looks awesome. This Galactus head is sick. I saw this. I'm like, okay, we're making this happen. And by the way, speaking of the height, I know what you're saying, Self-Destruct, because he's like a universal size. But you got to keep in mind, though, the Statue of Liberty is like the size of a skyscraper. So
wait a minute.
At the very least,
hold on. Now you've engaged my Fantastic Four autism. What do you mean he's not universe sized? Isn't
he like bigger than?
He changes sizes, but when he first appeared, he was approximately
solar system size.
No, he's not. Not even close, brother.
I mean, what I'm familiar with.
No. When he first appeared, I can grab it off the shelf right here. When he first appeared, he was like half the height of the Baxter Building. Certainly really? Incredibly tall, yeah. But he wasn't that tall. And then when he eats, he gets bigger. So I'll say that much. But
at the same time, though, I'm happy with this height. Because this is pretty sick. He's like probably the size of like what, 4 skyscrapers.
Yeah,
here. It's pretty intimidating. So that's awesome. I think those are my favorite things about the trailer: the Thing, Galactus, the vintage look. Oh, Thing's voice. I think people are being a little too hard on him because obviously in the past you've heard a more gravelly Thing voice, obviously, but the actor's voice, I like it. He was charming in that little bit with the cooking. I like his New York accent, and then also you got to keep in mind he's not yelling. So maybe when he yells in the movie, hopefully he'll be, he'll have that more rasp in his voice.
Fair enough. Is that your full opinion on it?
Lastly, just to kind of cap it off, Sue Storm. Some people have commented she looks a little too European, but look, beggars can't be choosers. Overall, like, this has been a pretty good look. This is a good look.
What does that mean? She looks too European.
Well, her looks are a little exotic, because Sue Storm is, these are American characters. They have more of a kind of American look, like a blonde bombshell from the U.S., as opposed to, I think she's actually British, this actress. But in any case, I think she's good enough for the role. I think people are being a little too critical on Johnny Storm. I think works. He looks wholesome. Overall, I would give this an 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Nice. Let's see, Mr. Self-Destruct, what do you think?
I think scroll through there just kind of not through the comments, but through yeah, just
Right.
I
How
don't like
how do you like that shot right there?
and everything. That's amazing. That gives potential,
Right?
and then that takes the potential away.
Oh,
Like she has some muscle to her, but she's very diminutive.
You think Sue should be more muscular?
See, I have this what year was that first Fantastic Four movie? And I don't mean like the 1970s something that was shelved or whatever, right?
The 90s movie, the McCormick movie. So the first one was 2000
late 90s,
2004.
Yon something.
I should
the guy
know.
was
Ian Griffin.
The guy was Reed Richards, and who else was it?
It was Ian Griffin, Chris
Evans,
Evans, Michael Chiklis, and Jessica Alba.
Yeah, Jessica Alba, kind of defined the Sue Storm real life image for me. This one, yeah, she looks kind of austere, which I suppose there goes the commentary about the European, right? And Johnny Blaze, that's not Reed Richards to me at all. Reed Richards he should be at least like 4 inches taller, because she's clearly wearing high heels, right? So Reed Richards should be 4 inches taller, and he may be more slender, right? But he's not Latino.
Does he really look Latino to you?
Very
slightly.
He does.
He's giving Gomez Adams. That's
is it the mustache? Do you think?
He won't cut his fucking mustache for anything. It's like Henry Cavill in the Superman thing where they got to.
Is that why that happened?
Clip it out. Well, he had his mustache insured. Henry Cavill had his mustache insured for the Mission Impossible movie with Tom Cruise, so he was not allowed to cut it. Yes, he looks he looks soft. He looks beta. He looks. I mean, he may have the biggest mind.
I hate him, says Galaxy Stranger.
He's taking it up the butt.
The worst part is
he also says Alba was terrible casting, other than her hot, stupid bimbo ass.
Got it. And that worked. And that worked because she could throw her hands up and be like, I'm defend,
No, but she was nothing like.
But they never got to the point of her, like inserting a thing into someone's head, inserting a barrier into someone's head, and just like pop, exploding their head or something. I mean, they never had a chance. It was.
The chat is amazing.
Chest and ass. Who is Vanessa? Is that the woman?
Vanessa Kirby, the actress, yeah.
And he
Her
clearly
face is fine.
He clearly doesn't look intelligent. Like,
no, he doesn't.
Besides being
he
Latino, he looks below average.
Yeah.
Besides,
I mean,
Latino, yeah, I love how you specify that.
Being a little hard on him. I don't think he looks terrible, but it's not enough like Reed Richards for sure.
No.
Galaxy Stranger makes a good point, though. The entire Hollywood machine bends over for this guy. Why? That is a very fascinating question, because it doesn't seem like he was cast in the role because of he was the best for the role.
No.
It seems like
which is the case for so many things, that they're not cast for the being the best. They're cast for.
Do you think
they have these previous credits?
Do you think maybe what happened was that the casting was done, all the pre-production for this was done during the woke era,
at the Diddy parties
with
allegedly.
with the US I don't know how people say it, USAID, the USAID
USAID
money. Do you think this is why he was cast in that?
Well, it is.
He was cast to pander, I would say. Now, Carbon doesn't know. I'm half Latino, or whatever, right? I'm half Mexican, right? But
you can tell by how argumentative you are.
Yeah. No, you know. I mean, really.
A little bit of light
racism. No
bullshit. Welcome to Comicsgate Commandos.
Sorry,
go ahead.
Self-destruct. What's the other half?
What's the other half? What?
He needs to know if you're good or not.
Mix with everything, man. Mix.
I love that.
They got some black Irish, black Dutch, all kinds of shit. Dropped off on the islands, came to America. Whatever that shit is, right? That's some Native American too, which is why I want to I won't even get into it. It's like violence. Let's do confrontation.
Oh man.
Pull up.
Galaxy
Pull up.
Stranger, I'll disagree with you here,
Patrick,
Galaxy
that's a good-
Stranger. I thought he was a
that's a
great
good code.
voice for the Mandalorian. Face when he took the mask off, that just ruins the whole. That ruined the whole show for me when he
Okay.
took the helmet off, because it's like the whole point of the character is that he keeps the helmet
Yeah.
on the whole time, and
And
it adds mystique.
They
and
did
made
it
me
just
like,
the
oh,
Halo
he's
thing
awesome.
too.
and they did it at the actor's request. It
Yeah.
had nothing
Yeah,
to do with the
that's
script.
so
It
stupid.
broke
Fuck
the storyline. It
that.
actually
Yeah.
breaks the story.
Yeah, he
That was
wanted
the
to
Halo
cash
thing
in.
too.
Everyone
it
likes
wasn't
white
good,
girls.
though,
Tired
right?
of this crap.
No.
Nah, but his voice was badass though in Mandalorian. You have to admit,
Mhm.
he did sound good.
I think
Okay,
so.
what am I getting at? The characters. Okay, so pull up Ben Grimm. If you can,
chat. All right, here we go.
it's all pandering. I've been bitching about this crap for 20 years. Yes, they want to be inclusive, right? Okay, well,
What's
Ben Grimm
inclusive
could be
about
black
him?
for all we care. He could be, Obsidian, right? But I
You mean
prefer the
like
Ben Grimm of the 1990 something, whatever you're saying, movie. It looked more cartoony, yes, right? But wasn't it a real suit? Or somewhat a real suit, right?
this is
It's not.
actually also somewhat a real suit, just so you know.
I mean, they're all somewhat, right?
The upper
But
no, like the upper torso is actually real. There is some CGI,
Yeah.
but I've actually seen the prosthetic that they put on him. It's actually, it looks like this.
yeah, but yeah, I'm not the hugest fan of the Fantastic Four. I mean, I prefer a
All right,
Spider-Man
that's
or
it. You're
something, right?
fucking, you're done.
Um,
Goodbye. Doesn't like the Fantastic Four. Who fucking says that? Just kidding. You're here. You're back. I'm joking. It was a joke.
It's not defending Dr. Ben, but you didn't like the Fantastic Four better than Spider-Man?
Actually, that offends me more.
Well, there's a lot of
Hyperventilate or
people
some
who
shit.
say that Fantastic Four isn't their favorite because they got into something else first, like X-Men or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's-
well,
It is very wholesome.
I'm saying with Dr. Ben Grimm here, right?
Stop
he,
it.
I preferred his original, more what do I want to say, more yellowish tone, which seemed to pop in the environment way more. This seems to blend in, which goes into the whole Hollywood darkness in computer generated stuff, right? It's like, if we can't nail it, let's make it darker, and that'll cover up, any of the other thing. And then who else do we have? Johnny, the Flame On, and it's
Johnny
like,
Storm.
well, he he flies up, and then I guess he chooses to turn his powers off. Maybe when he hits something like 0G, somewhere in this trailer.
Oh, wait. Okay, wait a minute. Let's look at that. I didn't even notice that. Let's
No,
take
that's
look at
not a
that.
choice. That's because he runs out of oxygen at some.
I thought that, but he
You
has
mean
this
when-
kind of
you mean this
peaceful
whole thing?
look.
Up in space,
has
yeah,
this
he
kind of
burns out.
peaceful look.
Oh, yeah, no.
Whatever.
This right here, this has happened in the comics too before, where he tries to
Oh, I
go
know.
as far as he can and then runs out of oxygen, like Frederick
I know,
said.
but okay, let it play for just to get the facial expression,
Life throws at us.
and
he does
and
not
you
look. He looks sad.
honestly, he looks he doesn't look like he's emoting too much.
Actually, you
He's
know
not.
what?
He doesn't have this oh shit.
No, you're right. You know what he does?
He doesn't
look
have
like, though?
frost. Coming
He
up on
does
his.
look like he just fell in love with the Herald of Galactus, and she took him on a wild ride, and he wanted to chase her, and now he's missing that she just escaped from him out of the atmosphere. That's what he looks like. I'll bet you.
Now,
That's what's happening.
If that's it, that's a good shot. That's a good shot. That's a good scene. Oh, I can't reach her. I can't reach her.
Everybody
And then
says this. Why do they say
he's
this?
halfway falling.
He doesn't look.
Are they
that
talking
gay.
about
No, yeah,
you
he
or
doesn't look like a
this
twink.
character?
Not
I don't
everybody's
know.
a
At this
twink.
point, not sure.
Okay, and Galactus, y'all have gone over that. But okay, what about Doctor Doom?
Well, don't fucking. Let's not. Hold on. We need to talk about this trailer first before you.
Was he shown? Was he shown?
Launched into a rant. No, he wasn't. Why didn't they just make it Nova then? What the fuck, says Galaxy Stranger. I agree, Galaxy Stranger. If you're not going to use Norin Rad, then just make it Nova. Like she was also
Yeah,
a herald of whatever.
I agree 100%.
That's so stupid. And Nova was actually one of the best characters in that because she was the only one who could really truly understand Johnny, because all of his other girlfriends, you know, he flames on and he goes off and does his thing, and his, you know, he goes out to different universes and in space and shit, and they're just like, why can't you stay here with me and go on dates? And he's like, because I'm fucking saving the universe in space. And they never understood it, but Nova did. Frankie Ray, I think Ray is her last name, right? But then, you know, she decides that she wants to be the Herald of Galactus, and that's it for their relationship. And it was a real heart wrencher. No, I don't. Maybe, you know, modern Marvel. You never know.
We talked about that issue.
We did.
Where there's like a gooey alien that he's like hanging out with.
It literally looks like a centipede thing. It's disgusting.
Fuck everyone involved who made that.
Not a human centipede?
No, not even a human centipede. I know, right? You would, at the very least, if a human centipede, there's human holes. You know what I mean?
Where would Ben Grimm be on a human centipede?
Oh,
would he be at the end?
What's the question? Like, do you hate Ben Grimm, or do you love Ben Grimm, or do you hate the other people and you love Ben Grimm?
Oh my God. I mean? Are you saying like he shits rocks?
That I didn't state that, but
I caught that though.
Well, actually, if you want to get into the details, he probably doesn't even have to digest the food at all. So the food might come out exactly the way it came in. Therefore, he should be first on the human centipede.
This is why we keep Carbon around.
Wow,
huh?
Scientific
keen insights. This is what I'm saying. Carbon has a keen insight.
That's right.
I know science.
A being made entirely of rock cannot possibly have digestive enzymes.
Well, I should note that there was
I don't know. I defer to you.
It's been established that Ben has flesh insides. The only thing that's rock about him is his skin. Everything else is regular, like it's really bigger and cosmic energy empowered, cosmic rays empowered. Goodness gracious, shame upon me. That was not halal. And but he's got like, I mean, there was actually, because you guys know about the Hulk versus the Thing, like feud.
Vaguely.
Well,
what do you mean?
Not really.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, they're the same size, so I would definitely have them fight, but I don't know what the
fucking tourists. You guys in the chat see what I have to deal with every week. Look, Ben Grimm and
we've been called tourists by worse.
I know. They have been. They've always had this competition between the two of them. And okay, first of all, Frederick, the Thing is like 5'10", 5'11". He's been drawn differently in other comics, but when he was first drawn by Jack Kirby, he's actually he's shorter than Reed Richards.
Yeah, he's shorter than Sue as well in the posters. Yeah.
Well, that's also because he's in the background somewhat, the midground.
Yeah, but barely a foot. Like it's just barely.
But that's actually the size he ought to be, and he's always fought the Hulk, who was 2-3 feet taller than him. And that's always been like a competition between them. There was a really, really, really cool comic. The only thing
Short Man Syndrome.
That what's his name? Mark. He's one of those like super SJW woke writers. I forgot.
Mark Waid.
I don't think it's Mark Waid. It's I'll remember it eventually. But he was on the Fantastic Four for a bit there. He kind of fucked everything up. But he did one good thing, which is he finally made Ben and Alicia get married. Although even that couldn't be perfect because it was Alicia who proposed to Ben and not the other. I know, right? It's like, fuck off.
Damn.
But anyway, they get married, which is what everybody's always wanted. At least me. I've always wanted that. And they go on their honeymoon, and the puppet master makes a puppet of the Hulk and sends it after them. And so Thing has to fight the Hulk on his honeymoon. And there's a point at which he's like, fuck it, I'm done. And he tries to punch him as hard as he can. And both of their fists collide. And it's this awesome, I don't know who the artist is, but it's this great shot where his arm is like this, and you can see like seismic waves erupting from it as the rock skin shoots off of his arm, and you can see like the muscles and shit underneath. It was so cool. I
Sounds
gotta
cool.
be honest. I'll find it for you guys and I'll post it tomorrow or something. But
Yeah, Pixar, it didn't happen.
yeah, it was a really great, like the artist did a great job, and the writer actually for those 2 or 3 issues did a great job as well. But yeah, the thing is flesh underneath.
They're a perfect match. Like they're a perfect match if you think about it. Like a Thing and Hulk, same build, same, you know. And the Hulk is kind of stupid, but the Thing is he's still got all his wits about him and everything.
Yeah. Well, the Thing is much more like, while the Hulk relies on his anger to fight and because his strength increases as he gets angrier, the Thing actually is like, you know, in high school and college he was a wrestler, and then he went into the Air Force, so he knows how to fight somewhat. You know, it's the Air Force. It'd be better if he was the Marine Corps, but you know, you take what you can get. But he like knows how to fight people, like technically speaking. So that's how he always has. He doesn't have an edge over the Hulk, but he's able to hang because of his technicality.
So does he try to de-escalate the fight? Like, does he try to get the anger out of Hulk by making him chill?
No, he's always just like, let's go.
Wait, let's suck on a fag together. Patrick would say,
Hulk like fag.
Damn, man. That's so
and it just
2025.
chills everything out. It's like, yeah, hold on, we just need a 5. Let's take 5. Suck on a fag together.
Right. Oh man. Okay. So Frederick, what do you think about this all in general?
I am mid. I'm half and half. Seriously, I love the look. I love the design. I think they did a great job incorporating an overall stylish atmosphere for the film. And I think that it's uniform, it stands out, and it's beautiful. But there's a couple of things I can't go past. It's the voice on Ben Grimm is like so uncanny valley, and he sounds, it's just off. And
it's not him.
So I can't connect with that character like at all. And Pedro Pascal, I have like a deep loathing and hatred for Pedro Pascal.
Why?
Because he's in everything. He's all, I just want to watch a good movie, and there he is. It's just everywhere. And he's not. I mean, I loved him in Game of Thrones. Don't get me wrong. Mandalorian, I think he did a great job until the take the helmet off thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw his tweets. And then I was like, you're not a smart man, Pedro Pascal. You're not someone who reflects upon life and has a, tempered way of expressing yourself. So you're the opposite of Reed Richards. So I have a real clash with the casting on this one.
Mr. Selfridge makes a good point. He was Oberlin from the Western continent that's across the sea.
Am I thinking he taught the young girl how to dance?
No. Same country. He's from the same country. But what he did was, when Tyrion Lannister was accused of something, he
roughly
said,
what season are we talking?
Is it
3
5 or something?
4? I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's been a lot of seasons. Yeah.
But there was that trial by combat thing. And
that was a great episode.
Step in. Dude. So
Galaxy
that was Stranger.
Yeah, that was
Frederick, if you ever really, really can't stand Pedro Pascal and you're just like, I can't stand this motherfucker, just look up that fight, the Mountain versus Oberlin, and you'll be pleased.
Oh, that was him with the poison.
Yeah.
Yes, and the guy who got his fucking face crushed in.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's one of the most memorable scenes in television.
That was
I know.
Yeah.
Okay,
my
that was
God.
what he deserved. That's where his character should be, not as the main fucking Reed Richards.
Dude, Monday after that,
still
no
haven't
one
seen
could
any,
work at the
special
office could work. Everyone was talking Game of Thrones like the whole morning.
Yeah.
Everyone was like pale in the face
Yes.
the next day. They were like speechless.
That was I saw that and I was like, when you like see something and you're like, I'll never forget this ever again. Like this will always be burned in my memory. That's what that was.
His head being crushed.
Is it a bad omen that Pedro was in the terrible canceled Wonder Woman show and the terrible WW movie years later? Wonder Woman movie. He's a terrible superhero track record. Or maybe nobody wants to watch.
I think it's the forced casting, like to have him in so many things and things that don't fit the casting. You kind of feel like he's being jammed down your throat, and after a while, it's like, okay, no matter how good
Patrick
of an actor,
might feel that way, but
I was just about to say nobody likes.
I saw your eyes
jammed down their throat.
Sorry,
Patrick.
No, it's all right.
We need a new lexicon, new phrases to use instead of jam down your throat.
Look, I like the way his eyes look in this still that you have.
By
the way, if you didn't know, if you're in the YouTube video, right, you can hit comma to go back 1 frame or period to go forward 1 frame at a time.
Really? Oh,
I like that.
You shouldn't have told me that.
No, that's perfect.
It's alive.
Oh my god.
Oh.
So yeah, in conclusion, I'm kind of half and half. Like I'm gonna wait to see the other trailers and to see which way I get swayed. Because I don't know. Some good, some not so good.
Yeah, I don't see them, you know, most of them using their powers. Like that. See, that's a big thing, is like, what does Reed Richards look like when he uses his powers? It could be very cartoony.
Exactly.
He makes that same face. He goes,
You've seen that.
Well, you know, self-destruct, I was going to mention
the 90
that
something
because
version.
What does Pedro Pascal stretched out look like?
I think they chose deliberately to leave that out of this teaser because I have to admit, Reed Richards' stretchiness is a little bit of a weak point for the Fantastic Four. He always looks goofy
visually
as fuck
in
a
movies.
movie.
Yeah, because it's a perfect for comics. Comics is it's the best character. You can make him do whatever you want, reach anywhere in the panel, and
they never make him
wrap up an enemy.
Anything interesting with his stretching in any of these movies. You know what I mean? Like in the comics, they have a million different times where like there's not been a movie correct me if I'm mistaken, but I'm probably not, where like people shoot machine guns at him and you see them go and it shoots it back out. Like we've never seen him do that kind of shit. That shit's cool.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that they should keep it limited. You know what I mean? Like maybe save it for later on in the movie. Have him do a few like big moves that look cool. Yeah, and don't overdo it.
Yeah. One of the cool things about him though is that in the comics, and you know, you can't see it, but because he can stretch any part of his body, he like he makes more folds in his brain to store more information.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool.
That's brilliant.
Well,
I remember that.
You'll know better than I will. Isn't every part of his body essentially also brain, matter?
No, but he can stretch his brain to any part of his body. There's a lot of characters who are kind of like that.
I mean, I know there's like Plastic Man or
this
Plastic Man or something. But they don't have the same intelligence quotient, all right?
Plastic Man isn't even close to Reed Richards' level.
Right. No, exactly. That's what I'm saying is like, I think what I'm thinking of is Reed Richardson. It's like, what am I thinking of? A holographic universe type aspect of every piece of him is the full thing, right?
You're talking about Voldemort.
His arm could operate as if it were his full self.
Galaxy Stranger says Reed Richards is one of the most important and powerful characters in Marvel, and everyone sleeps on him. You're 100% correct, Galaxy Stranger. And this is why I like the Maker so much, the ultimate version of Mr. Fantastic, who turns evil after Sue kind of dumps him. You might have seen him before. He's got a dark blue suit with a white circle that goes over his shoulder, and he's wearing that like kind of alien looking metal chrome helmet. You might have seen him before. Anyway, it's a version of Reed Richards who turns evil, and it's awesome because he's a fucking problem. Like, there's not a he's almost as big of a problem as Doctor Doom, if not bigger. So
what's he called?
Really cool. The Maker.
Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, okay, The Maker. Yeah, that's badass.
Yeah. And that was
and
a
you
great
get touched by the Maker's mark, which he also bottles.
Yeah. Flatman, come on. Flatman's lame as fuck. You know that. What is he? One of the East Coast Avengers? Flatman gets killed in a Deadpool comic, if I'm not mistaken, by Joe Kelly.
Deadpool comic.
No, I mean it's Deadpool comics.
Everyone except Spider-Man.
Doesn't really count, you know. But
I was reading one of those the other I don't know, last year or so.
What, a Deadpool comic?
Yeah, just on a website, you know. Oh, this looks all right. This looks all right.
It looks spectacular.
It looks good. I think there's more good than bad.
Yeah,
you know, there's a few weak points, but
Grogu. Hello, Grogu. You were here before, and I didn't say hello to you. I'm sorry. Marvel Rivals even added him in as a skin. Did they really? That's awesome. That's cool.
The Maker.
They really capture the 50s aesthetic really well.
Yeah.
In a modern kind of way at the same time.
Well, it's that beautiful, and it's my favorite thing of all time, which is I think maybe why I'm biased towards liking this. It's that beautiful retro futurism aesthetic. It's what people imagined the future would look like. And you know, it's just so I'm not even convinced in my soul that it's not what the future could look like. You know what I mean? I'm bored by this kind of digital age with all the I don't know. It's just I don't know. I love analog. I love the knobs and the dials and the
Patrick loves knobs.
God damn it! Fuck.
But no, you're right. It's that World's Fair look, like you know the kitchen.
I tried so hard.
There you go again. But you're safe. Katie said she wasn't going to clip this episode, so you're good.
Got so far, but in the end,
oh man. By the way, Carbon. With your comic book, I sent you the new version of the Linkin Park album because I know you love the new singer.
One question here.
Female singer.
What era are they in?
I think this is the 60s. That's what all the rumors have been.
I was led to believe from a previous teaser, I guess. Yeah.
The biggest telltale are the cars, and that's how you know a movie's well done. Every car that's seen in the movie has to fit the time. That one shot with their car, which is futuristic, is surrounded by other classic cars. I think it was even maybe a 57 Chevy, which is the most famous.
And even their futuristic car is done in the design of 70s cars as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Where is that shot? Let me find that shot.
So it looks like we've got a good creative team, but
let's go to Superman.
The aesthetic is spot on. They're other than Pedro Pascal.
Oh, there you go.
Well, so here, let me give my opinion. You guys just ignored me entirely.
No, here's the car coming up.
I know. I thought there it is. Wait.
Use the single frame.
There it is.
Use the period.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Commas and
look
period.
at this thing. Let's go all the way back to okay. So we've got them with their little.
So so that little boy was wearing a Fantastic Four emblazoned hoodie.
Well, first of all, that is a costume, a real Fantastic Four thing costume that existed.
And they're wearing thing.
They're wearing that shirt. That picture is an actual picture that has existed before this movie as well. Just so you guys know.
Which
I don't know. I can't say exactly where, but it's awesome. Then we got. Oh, look at this thing. See, I literally work in an automotive shop, and everybody like makes fun of me when I see these retro cars because the retro cars, I'm just like, oh, please give me more. Can I just look at this? Can I rub my ass on this? And they're just like,
why the ass?
Because it's sexy. That's why. Look at this car in front of them. Look at this car in front of us. Look, it's Why do we move away from this?
The 60s model.
They all look like they're amphibious as well. You could just like throw them in the river and
that teal color was huge.
It's so
in
sexy.
that era. They used to make a lot of cars teal and light blue.
Yeah,
that
the
kind
teal
of amphibian look, like you're
teal
saying,
and cream is like
even the cars on the streets are the same color as Fantastic Four. Like everything in this world seems to be in the palette of Fantastic Four. Did you notice? Cars in the front, cars in the back. It's all blue.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
But I like that futuristic car. That's sick.
Yeah.
That is the Oh, that's a great shot right there. That is the Fantastic car right there. Beautiful with the white wall tires, no less. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. See, they aesthetically knocked this out of the ballpark.
Yeah, that's what gets me. I want to like this trailer so much, but these two things really get in the way.
I will say my biggest complaint with this, and so I have two complaints. One, there is a subconscious girl boss Sue thing going on here. Whether people realize it or not, when you put Sue's lines as the last lines of the trailer, you unconsciously indicate that she's kind of the main character or lead character.
Got the last word. Eh?
Right.
Well,
exactly.
also, she's
I know
the
that sounds
authority.
petty, but
in the whole trailer, she's the authority. She's giving the interview. She's introducing everybody. That should be Reed walking in the interviewer. You know what I mean?
Precisely.
But she probably has so much more aura than Reed. It's like she's going to be the man of their two-person relationship.
Probably got more testosterone than Reed.
I wouldn't be surprised. Look, her face right there isn't that pleasant at all.
I disagree with you. I think she's a straight up babe.
I know you disagree.
She looks Russian to me.
Yeah.
She got that Northern Europe.
I can pull up
she
about
really
five
does.
more beautiful Russians and like
brother, have you seen the pictures of her at the
we need to
that
get
event they had when
cosplayers
they
into
launched this trailer? Do you see the dress she was in? Oh,
we need to get lewd
gosh.
cosplayers into the movies.
Lewd cosplayers.
Yeah, they cosplay way better than most of the stuff Marvel does.
Well, you know what's going on though?
Marvel, DC,
she's
anything.
starting to get work done on her face. Like you can see that her
You
lips.
think so?
Yeah, her lips are fake.
It does look like it.
Yeah, when a woman starts doing that, it's a turn off. Like she would look better if she didn't get any work done.
You really think she's gotten work done? It doesn't look.
Oh yeah,
good.
her upper
I
lip.
don't notice
absolutely,
it.
yeah.
Do you know what
Her
age she is?
brow, above her, on her forehead, right above her eyebrows.
Yeah,
and probably even their cheekbones. Like they don't look.
How can you tell?
Yes,
I don't
cheekbones.
notice.
They really should have disclaimers for that. You know how pharma has disclaimers for side effects. Movies should have disclaimers for like any distortion of the surgeries.
Because actually, she looked better a few years ago. Like she was in forgot the movie, but like maybe 5 years ago, she looked better and she looked like more natural.
What age is this person now?
Yeah, how old is she now? Vanessa Kirby is her name.
She's actually not that young. I think she's in her 40s.
Damn.
There's no way.
I'm gonna look it up.
I wouldn't
now.
be surprised. That's not see. All right, if you know, and this is what they said about Superman, right? James Gunn and whoever else in his department, right? Creative department is like,
wait, 88.
We're not looking for a Henry Cavill. We need someone younger who can last,
she's
for
36.
another 10 years.
36.
She's 36. Honestly,
my
she's looking a little rough for 36.
Yeah,
I totally disagree, dude.
No,
Totally disagree.
I don't know, man.
Rough
I know
for-
girls who are
I
36.
I disagree with rough for 36. That's what I disagree with.
I don't.
Dude, are you what?
Yeah,
Maybe
let
I'm
me-
just seeing different 36-year-olds than you guys.
No, don't get me wrong. She's
Don't-
attractive.
great.
I'm not saying she's unattractive.
She's no Mila Jovovich, I'll tell you that.
Well, here
Ryan.
we have a woman's opinion here. You can see her age in her smile lines from her nose to the corners of her mouth. I love how you guys fucking noticed that.
But can you, because of the Botox and whatever other injections and whatever just minor procedures that have been done? It's like they go like very slightly. They'll go from over here, underneath the ear. And they'll go and they'll adjust, oh, you have wrinkles, coming from here, right? Crow's feet or whatever, right? Crow lines, like from smiling too much. Oh, let's paralyze those muscles with poison.
You would think the Invisible Woman would make all those lines disappear.
Yeah,
you wish.
Professor Kirby is full of shit.
Well, the irony is that the work she's gotten done kind of makes her look like an older woman, because if she didn't get it done, she would look younger.
Oh my god. Well,
whatever.
Okay, so Galaxy Stranger makes a good point here, though. They made sure Johnny was a useless goof. Being fair, though, Johnny is kind of a useless goof. Reed looked stupid. He did look stupid. I'll admit that. Invisible Woman is the only one in control. Yes. And I'll say yes because they have Thing in the kitchen. At the same time, the Thing does like to cook, and he is good at making food for himself.
Right.
It looks like a good movie, but it looks more like the Fabulous Four than the Fantastic Four.
Wow.
Patrick's totally into that.
Fabulous. This is what I would say. Because I still haven't given my full opinion on it. The aesthetic is perfect. The aesthetic is beautiful. The retrofuturism is fantastic. No pun intended. The costumes, spectacular. They're perfect. I would not ask for anything else. These costumes are they're not like superhero costumes. They're like things that celebrities are wearing to keep up their celebrity thing, which is what the Fantastic Four are. They are celebrities in there. They've always been that way. I said the girl boss thing about Sue. So we're talking about that already. The Thing's voice is horrible. It's laughably stupid. It reminds me of I remember now. Jamie Bell, the actor who did him in the Josh Trank Fantastic Four movie, which was a curious movie indeed. It had the first act, the first act was really, really good. And had they leaned into that body horror, somewhat sci-fi horror feel that the first act had, the movie would have been, as a movie, really, really good. But it ended up being blue light in the sky. Dr. Doom's motivations are nebulous at best. He's not even really Dr. Doom. He's just kind of a loser.
They really interfered with him making the movie as well. They got in his way. He was a new director at the time, and he just destroyed his hotel room, I think. And that didn't end well.
So that movie would it have been in the minds of hardcore Fantastic Four fans like me? Would it have been the perfect Fantastic Four movie? No, but it would have been fucking cool. It would have been whoa, this is a real different take. That sci-fi horror, if they'd leaned into that, but they didn't do that. So swing and a miss. But Jamie Bell, the actor for Ben Grimm in that movie, a young guy, they did the same thing where they're just voice acting. Fuck it. Just use your regular voice. And it sounds stupid.
I think this is better than that though. The Jamie Bell one, they didn't even try.
I actually disagree. I think Jamie Bell's got a better accent.
I think you guys are being overcritical of the voice. I like it.
I think the voice sounds nothing like the Thing has ever been presented in any other media ever. But more importantly than that, because that's just
sounds like a black guy too.
Yeah, you hit it.
Always, actually, Frederick, I would prefer a black Ebonic voice to what we've got here. I would much prefer that. I'm being honest.
That would be ridiculous.
No, I think it would be much better than what we've got here. But my point that I'm trying to say is that what the voice does, because it's so high pitched and there's so little accent, I can hear it kind of.
Play it again. It's not that high pitched.
He almost sounds. No, he's high pitched in comparison to how the Thing ought to sound. You know what I mean? Not because they did drop it down a bit. But let's play it again.
How's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that.
He sounds comfortable.
No, so look, you hear that? I'll be the judge of that. There's a lot of bass that was edited into that, but they did not drop his octaves down at all. His octave is the same octave as this actor speaks.
It just sounds so gruff and rough.
Okay. Okay. Is
That
this
sounds
guy
good.
good or what?
That's good clapping.
I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip.
Who's the voice actor? I've heard that.
Eben Mosbachrech. I don't know what his real name is. It's the same. It's the actor.
Close enough.
But
I've heard his voice before, and
had they dropped him down an
guy.
octave
Yeah,
to an
yeah.
octave and a half, he would have sounded a million times better. But they didn't. I mean, I wish we could get the regular thing. Drop down an octave, and he talks like this with the New York accent.
Yeah, there you go.
What a revolting development. That's what I want to hear, because that's how he actually sounds.
Now say something like, like he's saying, but maybe
There
play
we
it
go,
over,
there we
while
go.
it's muted.
This guy's
play it over
good,
while
huh?
it's muted, and just or maybe turn on the closed captions and play it while it's muted.
Yeah,
and
okay.
you just say the lines he's saying.
Yeah,
Great
but
redub the thing, Patrick.
Fantastic
Yes,
idea.
and that's what I'm saying is redub it, record yourself redubbing it, right? And tag Marvel and do a few hashtags in it. Fantastic Four, because this is picking up. This is picking up your voice for the Fantastic. Your voice for Ben Grimm specifically. You're not seen, right? So, but we've heard your voice selection for a fairly short clip, but do it.
And actually, now that you say that, Mr. Self-Destruct,
please do.
When this happened and the trailer came out, I was like, when this movie comes out and if it's not changed at all, I'm gonna have my brother, who's actually really good at editing stuff, I'm gonna have him just pull out Ben's lines and I will replace them, and I'll make my own version of the movie where he sounds right. And that's actually what I said to myself. I'm like, I'm gonna do this for myself.
So we
all
have
right,
a
let's do it.
consensus.
Yeah,
that's the spirit.
All right, here we go. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit so I have a little bit of intro time here. Oh shit. I forgot that the music would be muted.
Even the adapted Marvel
Herbie,
Studios is kind of nice.
How's that sauce coming? Yeah, I'll be the judge of that. Okay. Is this guy good or what? I want to add a couple cloves of garlic. Not because it's not delicious. I just want to add a little bit of zip, okay?
Yeah, that was good.
Got it.
Yeah, that's definitely better.
Yeah, it's definitely better than what they got for sure.
Yeah, that's what he's supposed to sound. Even if you did that voice without dropping it to, I personally, like when I don't know if you guys use Audacity, but when I use Audacity, I drop it down when I do those videos. I drop it down by it's either 12 or 16 decibels.
Yeah.
In pitch to make it down here, just because he's bigger. Okay. He's bigger than me. But that's the voice. That's how he should sound. Now I'm like, thank you guys. Oh my gosh, please tell Marvel.
Yes,
just hire me.
I'm serious. Post that. Get your brother to just.
Yeah, you're right. I should. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
and just be like, hey, I've done it in the next 3 days.
Yeah,
something like that.
I'll mention that. Because I just to make, because I actually want to start this campaign. Whether I just want to, let's just get the guy back in the studio, record him again. Make him put
and then at the same time, let's have Carbon Heart inject himself as Reed Richards.
Nice, Carbon.
Well, I don't know if that would make people happy because I'm also Latino. So that wouldn't solve.
Look, just it's Pedro Pascal. We know what he's capable of. I'm certain Carbon Heart could do better.
Oh, voice wise, yeah, of course.
Oh yeah.
No, not even just voice, but in person.
Put me in the movie.
Well, we've not seen Carbon. Carbon might look more Latino than Pedro Pascal. We don't know.
Which is all good.
It's actually.
That's not the problem. That's not the problem. The problem is this motherfucker's in every movie, and he doesn't have enough talent to be in every movie.
Yeah,
I say every movie.
There's a problem with Hollywood where once you overcast somebody, they're no longer convincing in the movie because all you're seeing is the actor. You're no longer looking at the character.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Everyone's seeing, oh, this is Pedro Pascal in the movie, as opposed to Reed Richards. That's the problem.
Yes.
Yeah. There's been exceptions to that. Like Hugh Jackman. When he does any other movie other than an X-Men movie, you're like, oh, it's It's a Hugh Jackman movie. But then when he does, I don't know. I feel like when he does Wolverine, it's like, oh, okay, he's Wolverine. But maybe that's just because he's played him for so long. I don't know.
Yeah, and he's not in everything either. Like
That's true.
Right.
Yeah.
I guess if you went to Broadway or something, he would be in a lot of things.
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
Not related, but I missed Army Hammer. I want him back in movies, says Sleeping Psychopathy.
Eating people.
What happened?
Let me tell you,
There's
Army
something happened
Hammer
there, right?
is the guy who had a
Carbon
controversy. He was canceled from Hollywood because his DMs were revealed
Eating people.
with women where he had a kink, and he was telling the girls, "Oh, I want to eat your flesh."
I would like to eat little pieces of you. I would like to cut little pieces of you off.
Wait, did he say that? I want to cut pieces off of you and eat it?
Essentially.
Oh, well, fuck him then. Why would, like...
Honestly, I think that he went too far with the kink because there's no evidence.
You think?
You think?
At what point do you think was he went over the line?
Kink shaped? You're talking about cannibalism. What the fuck?
No, but there's no evidence of him doing anything actually.
Cannibalism is illegal in California.
There's a lot of things.
Go ahead.
Yeah, DC as well.
His entire career was destroyed over a few DMs. It was it was a little too condemning, I think. But,
what was that guy in
the other
before
problem with Army Hammer, though, for what's her name? Sleeping Psychopathy. He made a big mistake being in that twink movie, that literally a gay movie with Timothy Chalamet called Call Me By Your Name. It was like,
an actual gay movie.
Homosexual like anthem where he makes out with Timothy Chalamet in the movie.
Based on a gay book.
It's gay as fuck.
It's like a coming of age gay thing, right?
It's the kind of thing where once you see these actors doing that, you're like, I'm done.
Wait, so that happened? Did that happen after the cannibalism shame stuff?
No, it was before.
Oh, okay. Well, now I don't feel bad for him at all. Because like if you'd said that happened after, I would have been like, oh, the Hollywood establishment's like, hey, do something gay for us and we'll let you back in. And then they didn't let him back in, so they kind of betrayed him. So I'd be like, oh, I kind of feel bad for him because he did the whole gay stuff and he had to make out with Timothy Chalamet. He was a fucking...
it's disgusting.
That guy is the perfect example of like sucked a ton of dicks to get where he's at. You know
what is that guy in currently?
He's Dune. He's the Dune guy.
It's Dune, wasn't it?
Yeah,
I couldn't stand.
Never
liked him.
He's also in incredibly large amount of movies that he's not cast well for. Because I think he's a terrible casting for Paul Atreides. Paul is supposed to be an athlete and a warrior. We're seeing what's his name on the cover of magazines with like fucking Marge Simpson necklace around his neck. Like he looks nothing.
Yeah, it's too much. Also, they cast him as Bob Dylan in that recent movie.
Oh no!
I thought they cast a monkey.
Biopic. What?
No, I'm mistaken. There was.
You're thinking of the Robbie Williams movie with the monkey?
Okay, yeah.
That's also terrible. Everything's terrible in Hollywood.
Who the fuck is
Robin Williams? Did you say?
Robin Williams?
Robbie Williams.
Yeah, I never heard of him.
He's a pop artist from England. He was very big in England in the 90s.
I heard the name.
And they made a movie in which he's replaced by a CG monkey. So it's his life, but with a monkey playing him. And you want to know the secret behind that movie?
Yes.
Controversial secret?
Yes, we do.
Oh my God.
Tell us.
This is why I don't go on camera, because I'm going to say something like this.
Go for it.
You know why they're putting a monkey as a star in that? No, I can't.
Some fucks given, allegedly.
Carbon, nobody knows who you are.
Go for it.
It's too far. I can't say it on there.
No, please.
Can you
okay, type it in private chat. I will say it.
All I'll say is they're normalizing. Here's what I'll say. They're normalizing accepting a literal animal as a person. That's how I'll say it.
Yeah. Well, that's what we were kind of talking about that before with the Johnny Storm centipede girlfriend. That's what that is.
Yeah.
That's what that is. They are literally trying to get to the point where bestiality, transhumanism, this kind of shit is acceptable.
Yep.
And also, when the aliens come down from space and they're like, we are your gods, and everybody fucking believes them because it's been, orchestrated for that to be a belief system amongst people. They're going to be like, let's have sex with the aliens. Just know, guys, just know.
They're not really aliens.
They're not really aliens. This is the
They
thing.
are-
This is the
They
thing.
are engineered half human hybrids.
Wait, let me cook here.
underground
Mr.
bases.
Self-destruct. I used a
Dude.
Gen Z thing here to get your attention. Let me cook, okay? Hold on. The fucking aliens. They're gonna do. I swear to God, they're gonna do this very,
Project
very
Bluebeam.
soon. If you guys haven't been paying attention, actually, I know you haven't been paying attention. They recently released a. There was this guy on 4chan who was like, "Oh yeah, I work for the Naval Oceanographic, yada yada yada, and I've been paid by the military to go look into this cave in Antarctica where we found an egg-shaped craft, and there was a fucking 15-foot tall humanoid, and we talked to him, and he's telling us that aliens are actually our gods, and that all the stories of gods, and even Jesus Christ, yeah, not a god, guys. Don't worry, he was just a regular guy. He was just a dude. He was like a nice guy, sure, yeah, sure, but he was just a regular dude. Let me tell you something though. The aliens are the people who created you, right? You think that you were created by God himself in 7 days, and then you might also think that the angels came down from the heaven and had sex with human women and made the Nephilim, and which were the old gods of old, like Hercules and such. No, you're wrong. It was aliens and spaceships, and we're going to tell you all the truth. And once you all start to believe it, because the only media that you're going to be imbibing, what a great word. I'm going to pat myself on the back there. The only media you're going to be imbibing is going to be this AI distilled slop that comes from the government after Donald J. Trump, who still hasn't released the Epstein list, is going to make AI this new thing that takes over the government. Oh, this is going to be a great thing, right? Well, no, listen, okay. First of all, the biggest problem that we have here is that Jesus Christ was both God and man. Anybody who tells you anything otherwise is a fucking liar. I'm actually serious about this. Anybody who tells you that is a fucking liar. And the way they're going to do it is by making you think that aliens were our gods. All the while, they've been collecting as much DNA as they could have from Nephilim descendants, which there are people like me, white people, who actually do descend from the Nephilim.
Ginger.
And thank God. And no, you laugh, but thank Jesus Christ himself. And then after that, Paul, who essentially brought the Gentiles into Christianity. I mean, Jesus Christ said,
just don't worship any saints.
No, I wouldn't. Well, don't worship anybody other than God himself. Don't worship anybody.
Got it.
I will say, prayer is a separate thing from worship. If you know what remote viewing is, wait a minute, listen to me. Just hear me out. If you know what remote viewing is, you know what remote viewing is?
No, Patrick, I don't know what remote viewing is.
I thought you did. This is something you didn't answer. Yeah, so I know you do. Okay, remote viewing is not dissimilar from psychic communication. When we pray, we are psychically communicating. That is the actual correct form of communication with other beings in the universe, is to communicate with your actual soul. Now, we as humans are in these bodies where we have to communicate with these weird, strange, guttural noises. Curiously enough, the guttural noises actually have effect on people. Like they actually, like the specific guttural noises you make. Like, say you make
the tongue is the most powerful thing in the human body.
It is. It truly is.
It holds the power of over life and death.
Yes. And remember too, and we actually started, this is actually a great wrap around, isn't it? We started the show by saying, I said, in the beginning, there was God.
In the beginning.
There was the Word.
The Word.
The Word, right? So God said a word. So God, who is pure consciousness, pure idea itself.
And the Word was salvation.
Said a word, logos, the logos. And from the word, creation came into being. From that vibratory word, all of creation came into being.
String theory.
Now here we are now. So
resonant frequencies.
The most important thing to remember from this, that everybody needs to remember, is that